Good morning. Welcome to NFL Player Props Live, Week 7. We are back after missing last week. Apologies for that. Was away on a little trip, so unfortunately, no live stream last week. We are back here, NFL Player Props, Week 7. Ev will be joining us again this week. Just trying to get him in here now. Going on, everybody? Like I said, I like to do this every week, just kind of get people in the room here. We're going to take a couple minutes, let people join into the live stream, and then we'll kind of get into the player prop portion. How it'll work is, guys, Ev and I have some player props prepared for you guys, and then we'll open the floor so everyone, all of you people watching, commenting, listening, can go ahead and throw your player props in. We'll kind of go ahead and research those, tell you if we like them or not, and then we'll build some community parlays at the end of the live stream. Don't we know how long we're going to be on? Every week I keep saying we're going to be shorter in time, and then every week we end up going like 2 hours long. So hopefully like around an hour and a half would be preferred here. There he is. What's going on, Ev?
What up?
Morning, rise and shine.
Rise and shine.
How was you had a wedding last night, I believe, right?
No, not last night. Last night actually was free for like the first 8 weekends in a row.
I was gonna say, how does that feel to
It's so weird.
have a night off?
I loved it. It was so great though.
Just getting everything set up here on the YouTube channel.
What jersey is that?
This is the Bucks creamsicle jersey.
It's who is it? Rondé Barber?
No, Benjamin Morrison.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. My thing is, so I'm a jersey collector, right? So I love having jerseys from as many. The only team that don't get jerseys for are Giants, Jets, and Ravens. Those are 3 teams I'll never get a jersey for. But anyway, so my thing is though, like on the Bucks, like I don't like getting the basic jerseys. I'm someone who's always been like that growing up. Like if I get a jersey,
you say like when you mean basic, you mean like person, right?
Yeah, like I don't want like Baker Mayfield or Mike Evans, like the ones that everybody. I want a jersey that like I'll have, and like if someone sees me at a game, they're like, "Holy shit!" Like that's a sick pull. I'm a big Notre Dame fan, so Benjamin Morrison played for Notre Dame last year on that team that went to the Natty. So again, not a guy who really gets a lot of PT on that team, but you know, someone that I loved watching at Notre Dame. So he's I was like, it was between this and Tristan Wirfs were the two that I was considering. I'm a big time
like offensive lineman jersey is like a nice. I like that. That's a good idea.
I'm a big time lineman. I have BJ Raji. My Packers, as a Packers owner, I had to get a jersey. I have a BJ Raji Packers jersey. All right, just letting people kind of join in the chat. Let me know down below what's some of the best jerseys that you guys currently own. I have, and Ev, it might surprise you to hear this. My jersey collection hit over 100 this year.
Wow.
So it's I've been growing it for it's been a number of years now that I've been growing the thing, but
yeah, I don't know
I hit 100 jerseys this year.
I don't have many jerseys. I have Larry Bird's high school, college, and pro jersey, which is like my little.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, was it Valley High School or something? Then obviously Indiana State, which I think is one of the coolest basketball jerseys of all time. That light blue with the it's like the eye is the Indiana shape of the state and whatnot. Really good stuff.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. I like that. God, I don't know. I have so many jerseys I can't even. I gotta make more of an effort. I've been telling myself like on the streams and on videos, like every once in a while to throw some more jerseys in to kind of show them off. The NBA season, I have a lot of NBA jerseys. I'm gonna definitely wearing more jerseys this year.
Yeah.
I keep ordering more. Like I actually just got in the mail yesterday. I got the new Patriots, the rivalries. I got the Christian Gonzalez one.
Like the grayish blue.
The grayish blue one. Yeah, I didn't mind them. Like, you know what? I'll go ahead and grab that. So
I didn't like them at first, and then I saw them a little bit more, and I think those jerseys are sick now.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, oh man, like it's just so different. And then like actually having it in person now, I'm like, all right, it's pretty cool. I still wish they would have just did the Bledsoe Blues and just brought those back as like their alternate, but
I mean, those are like the best. Yeah, those are the best. That whole era of like even the white, red, and blue jerseys there. That should just still be the Patriots jerseys.
I have a controversial take as a Patriots fan. I don't like the Brady era jerseys. Like they're iconic for what they are because of they won and everything. But like
they're the
navy and the silver. I like they had such a great color scheme back in like the '90s and stuff with like the royal blue and the bright red. And I just wish they went back to that.
Like the Patriot logo is a cooler logo probably than the. I don't even know what we call that thing now, but in the
The flying Elvis, basically.
Yeah. So yeah.
Let's see what I got some comments early on here. Damn man, why not the Ravens? So Jets and Giants, I think, are pretty explanatory as a Patriots fan. Like you can't have New York teams. The Ravens, I have always hated as a kid growing up because Bernard Pollard was the one who took out Brady's knee in '08. And I remember being so pissed off that year when that happened. And then just, we had some good playoff battles in the past between the Ravens and the Patriots. Like there was always some good battles. They beat us in the playoffs a few times. Like the mid 2010s, there was always like a back and forth between us. So, and then I don't know. I've always been like, something with the Ravens I just don't like. I always like, I tell my friends all the time, like we play Madden and I play like, we do like the franchise mode.
Yep.
Every year the Ravens would beat my ass in Madden. Like didn't matter how stacked my team was. Baltimore was always my Achilles heel. I just always had a thing with Baltimore. So wouldn't own a Ravens jersey. Another North Shore guy here, Chad. Good morning, good luck, fellas. Yeah, the last time out, Ev, I don't know if you remember 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we went crazy.
11-2. 11-2 on the stream.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, that was absolutely absurd. That was our picks, both of our picks as well as the people's picks too, right?
Yeah, I think we had it was 13 total picks. I think we had 8 of them were ours, and then we had 5 community picks. So we did all of us to get me, you, and everybody here did really well. Let's see. My jersey collection is sick. I love my Gretzky. Yeah, you gotta have. Gretzky is a pretty good jersey. I have a Bobby Orr Bruins jersey. That's like my big throwback hockey jersey that I have.
Are you getting these, legit jerseys? Or are they the
I'm not gonna
whatever? Okay.
No, I would say probably. So I have 104.
Okay, so it's got to be a mix of both then.
Yeah, it's a mix of both. I would say I have at least 50 authentic, paid the full price, and then probably 60. This one, I'm gonna be honest, it's from China.
I have nothing. I don't. If I'm not one of those how could you have the fake one or whatever? It's dude, it's just it's you might care more because you're a Jersey guy, but to me, I'm it's,
not really.
Those things are good quality. They're legit good quality.
This is the Fanatics jerseys right now. You're paying $150 for stitched on, not even stitched, the iron-on press. This is a stitched jersey. The numbers, everything is stitched here, and all of it looks. The only thing with these jerseys is once in a while, the NFL logo will be here instead of middle, it'll be a little off center. I'm someone who's a big time believer in look, I don't collect them to be I collect them. I collect them because I want to be able, when I'm betting on sports, to be oh wait, I bet on the Bucks today. Let me throw my Bucks jersey on. Let me go ahead and get my Panthers hat last week on Fade Me, Yeah. I like having apparel from other teams, and players that I like, and I don't have the money to spend $100, $200 every time, so I'll take my $25 DH Gate jersey when I need to.
You're gonna make people think that I'm treating you well or treating you poorly in the workspace here.
It was funny. I actually had one in high school. I have Adrian Peterson Vikings, and I didn't realize when I bought it has a fake autograph on it, but it looks legit because it's stitched on and everything. So I wore it to school one day, and one of my teammates in football was like, "Holy shit, you have a AP signed jersey?" And I'm like, yeah.
Wait, it's a stitched on autograph?
It was the jersey was all stitched and stuff, but the autograph was the laser printed. And I didn't realize it when I bought it because I thought it was a bit tacky, but I was like, whatever. So I wore it to school, and my buddy on the football team was like, holy shit, I'm a Vikings fan. I love AP. How much for that jersey? How much can I have that for? And so he's like, first of all, where did you get it? I'm like, oh, because I remember the Pats played the Vikings that year in New England. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I was at that game. He autographed it and everything. So my buddy goes, all right, I'll give you $300 cash for it right now. I got all my money in my bag. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. As he goes to hand me the cash, I was like, dude, I can't do this to you. It's a fake jersey. I paid $25 for this thing.
That's crazy.
But he was this close. But that's my point is the jerseys look so real that the guy was ready to pay $300 for it.
Jesus.
But in good conscience, I couldn't do that to him. Debating on selling my Aaron Hernandez red one, but I don't know who would want that. I don't think you can sell that, my guy. I think that's more of you either hold on to it as a cool, hey, I got a Hernandez jersey, or you just throw it out. I don't know. I would keep it personally.
Yeah, I think it's as weird as that sounds, it's kind of like a collector's item.
Yeah, it's oh man, you got an Aaron, because I don't even on DHgate, I don't think you can get Aaron Hernandez jersey anymore. I think they're completely wiped out from everywhere. So pretty good. Let's see. Any other good comments here? All right. So, Chad, are you a Red Sox fan? Because I'm going to tell you right now, your Red Sox fandom gets revoked if you have a Joe DiMaggio jersey. Like oh, he said on his wall. All right, I guess it's a little bit different, but like if you can't have the pinstripes touch you if you're a Red Sox fan, it's a given.
Someone in the chat goes, "I'll buy the Aaron Hernandez jersey." We just facilitated a deal.
There you go. Hey, Chad. I think it was Chad that's trying to sell it. Go ahead. You got a buyer right now.
Yeah.
I honestly probably would buy it. I would have an Aaron Hernandez jersey. Why not? All right. Let's see. I think we can start kind of talking player props now. We've been in here for a few minutes. Got let people kind of come in. Do you have anything right off the bat, Ev, that you like love in this week's slate? Or
I got a couple. I mean, let's see. We're talking player props here. There's one guy that I'm pretty big on today, but I mean, we can just talk about that. I think Saquon's due for a monster week.
All right, let me share my screen.
Yeah, you want to dive into his stuff because I'll just give my little spiel and then you can kind of go through everything there. So I mean, honestly, this hasn't really been the best rush defense in Minnesota, right? We all know that they're a pretty good defense and everything like that, but their weakness is truly their run defense this year. Saquon, I mean, if they run any sort of, specific types of like outside zone, which is what Philadelphia runs the most, that's specifically also where this Minnesota team struggles. And I do think that, given the fact that this Philly team really hasn't had, or I should say Saquon specifically hasn't had one of those true go-off games yet this year, I got him for over, I still don't mind it at 74.5. I got it for over 69.5. I think either last night or the night before. So for Saquon to go rush for 70 yards, it just seems like such a like I know that's a high number in general, but it seems like such a buy low spot on a guy that's still 138 for 69.5 still isn't crazy.
No, which one would you go with though? Would you go 72.5? Would you go 74? Like where would you kind of lean here?
I'd probably pay the juice and go for 70. I know that that's only 4 yards, but that 69.5 still is like getting to 70 yards is one of those milestone numbers, at least in my brain. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference.
I mean, you could go, I think 74.5, 72.5, 60, they're all kind of in that same ballpark. But when it comes to sports betting, honestly, sometimes that extra 2 yards or so does make a huge difference. So
that's why I say 69.5 here, just because it's like I could almost see 73 happening, and it's like, well, damn it, you saw a digestible 69.5 on the board and went a little bit more greedy. But just I guess even furthermore on him, it's like I do think that he'll have plenty of carries here. They are coming off of 2 straight losses. Like this is a buy low spot of both Eagles and Saquon against a defense that I think a lot of people are perceiving to be a lot better than they are. I think that they have a really good pass defense, good, obviously, blitzing a ton, but the rush defense is not all that tremendous. So I think it's a nice, like Saquon for 70 yards. If you even thought about getting that last year, you'd be psycho. You know what I mean? Like his numbers,
this line last year would have been like minus 450.
Exactly. So I could be wrong here, but much like, I said it with Njoku last week or when we did the show, right? I was like, simply buy low. The guy's too good for that. And Njoku had doubled his lineup. So I'm not saying Saquon rushes for 140, but yeah, I think it's a good spot. What do you think?
No, honestly, I don't mind that one bit. I think that like you said, the Vikings defense, like it's very good, but the one area and you can see it right here on the outlier screen, 27th in the NFL this year in terms of rushing yards allowed to running backs per game. Like 111.6 yards per game. Like running backs have had success. If you go down here, Quinshon Judkins, the rookie from Cleveland, with a bad offensive line, had 110 yards. Kenneth Gainwell for the Steelers had 99 yards. Bijan had 143. Yep. Al-Jair had 76.
See?
Saquon has really struggled this year, but if he can't do anywhere close to what those guys are doing, then it turns – I don't know. Do you think there's an injury thing? Because – their offensive line has been mostly the same personnel. He's just really struggled. Even look at his yards per carry this year, just 3.7. He's gotten a little bit better the last couple of weeks, but they've obviously been losing those games, so they kind of abandoned the run in some ways.
So I was looking into this. It's a good question. Is there something we don't know about? Because they're still running the ball at a top 10 clip in terms of they're still running it a lot. I think the biggest problem is that their passing game is not any. Think about even AJ Brown, though I think he's better than people think, but there's all these rumors and everything like that. Jalen Hurts is you might as well be kicking the ball to people right now. So it's such cliche stuff to say, but like when you just stack the box, there's only so much like Saquon can do. It's very similar to when he was in New York and they were like, oh, it's Saquon. What's going to happen? They're going to run the ball. If we're expecting run and guessing run each and every play, it's going to be hard for him to kind of explode or something like that, right? But I do think that after 2 straight losses, this team, like this Eagles team's still very good. And I think people are still trying to like, they're starting to like not believe in them in a sense, which is like the most scary thing to do because this is a very similar team to the team that was rolling last year. So I do think that it's a lot of like, okay, they're not really confusing anyone. And Saquon, obviously, like if he gets a hole, he's going to make something happen with it. But when you have 2 or 3 extra guys in the realm of, the area of, the whether it's outside zone, it's whatever it is, it's going to be tough for any running back. You could be the best running back of all time and really struggle there. So I do think it's a lot of their passing game really hasn't been like their passing yards per game are like bottom 5 or something in the league. Like Jalen Hurts, even though he's not a traditional passer, he was a lot better last year and there was more of a threat there, which just kind of opened things up for Saquon. Also, Tassos, I forgot that I also took his touchdown. I haven't seen a Saquon to score a touchdown at -110 in like 2 years. So that was another spot that I see what it is today. Yeah, -110. That's just crazy to me.
The only difference in this one is obviously from a matchup perspective, like the Vikings only give up 0.6 touchdowns per game, so it's not as good of a matchup. Going down below here,
Yeah,
honestly, only Gainwell, he has 2, and then Algier has 1.
Yeah,
That's it. So that was a little bit more risky, but again, -110. Like you said, where are you getting? He has cashed it in 4 games this year. To be fair,
I'm riding the coattails of him. If Saquon stinks, then I don't like this. I also like the Eagles today. I don't like this. I don't like the Eagles or his rushing yards. If like you tell me Saquon's gonna struggle, but I think it's that's kind of
honestly. I'm down to add it. I like both the plays, if I'm being honest. I think that it is kind of crap because I feel like a lot of people, myself and a lot of other people included, have been kind of on this train of like, all right, he's due. And a lot of people are losing money betting on him every week because like he's due. I thought last week versus the Giants, Thursday Night Football, I thought for sure in New York, second time back since being let go, I thought he was going to have a huge game. He obviously didn't. The Eagles struggled in general. They need to fire their offensive coordinator like ASAP. They need to get rid of his offensive coordinator. But
I think Sirianni might even be a sneaky like problem here too, dude. That team doesn't look the same as last year. But again,
this is kind of what they did though. Remember last year we talked about this on HH, I think, where it's like this team had they had a rough start. They got blown up by the Buccaneers, and they had their bye week, and they kind of just fixed it. They kind of need that again. I feel like they desperately need their bye week. They desperately need a chance to just kind of reset. By the way, guys, real quick to interrupt, if anyone wants to be a mod for this, I'm already seeing the spam kind of enter the chat. Or Ev, can we do what we did last time and kind of make it
let's do that. I'll make it
only comment.
Let's do subscriber only because that helps out a little bit. I'll do that.
Yeah, I've been looking at the comment section and I'm like, I see one comment to go respond to, and then I get like 15,000 spam chats.
I forget how to do it, but I think I could figure it out again.
No problem. But yeah, so I like the spot here. Again, like you said, 100%. It all kind of goes hand in hand. And I do agree with you. I do lean Eagles a little bit here. If the Eagles are going to play better and win this game, then Saquon has to be a focal point of this offense. And I do think he will be. The matchup makes sense. He scored a touchdown in 4 out of 6 games this year. The rushing yards has not been great for him, but I do think, again, based off the matchup, Kenneth Gainwell had almost 100 yards. Like, Saquon Barkley to get 70. Come on. Like, it's got to happen. This has to be the game. I mean, you look at some of the other defenses. I mean, Denver's obviously got a very strong defense. The Rams have a very good defense. Dallas and the Giants, those are the ones where it's like, all right, well, what happened there? But like a lot of these teams, like their run defenses are pretty good. So, it's not crazy that he only had 46 versus the Rams. They have a pretty good defense. The Broncos, one of the best defenses in the league. So I get it to an extent. And obviously in the Rams game, the Eagles were losing for a huge chunk of that game. So I think that was the game where that was the blocked field goal, right?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah, the Rams. I'm pretty sure the Rams were dominating that one for most of that game, and the Eagles kind of stormed back. So they were throwing it in that one. So, like I said, I think it's a pretty good play. He's going to get bounced back eventually. He's Saquon Barkley, unless there's an injury they're not telling us about.
Which I do think is worth you, like, especially if anyone's listening to this right now. Like, that is definitely not out of the realms of possibilities. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that isn't.
Yeah, he could have an undisclosed knee injury or something. Like, all it takes is that to kind of hamper his season. So, and these NFL teams sometimes they're kind of shady with how they report things. Like, he could be having a pretty serious an injury, Ed, that me and you would be out of work for like a week. He could
Yeah.
be playing through that, and it's like, it's tough. So, but
Yeah.
I do like the spot overall.
Yep. I agree.
All right, let's see what I
All
got.
right, the chat
I
is
have a
now
few here.
subscriber only. So
Okay,
maybe we'll
good.
get, I don't know if anyone watching remembers, we turned it to subscriber only. Obviously, all those spam comments were so annoying. Those went away for a little bit, and then we got a couple more. But you know what? We
They
got the we
subscribe.
got we got the bots to subscribe, so everyone wins.
All right, let's see what I got. I got one here for you, Ev, that I feel like might be a good spot. Obviously, I know you love your kicker props here. The one problem is that the odds jumped. When I took this, Ev, it was like minus 135. It's now going up to minus 155 as people are starting to figure this one out.
Okay.
Eddie Pinero over 1.5 field goals made. This could be a good, if you're looking for a parlay play, I'll still give this out, even though the odds aren't great. I'll give it out if you guys are looking for a parlay leg. Eddie Pinero over 1.5 field goals made. It's like minus 156 right now over on DraftKings. The numbers are fantastic. He's cashed it in all 5 games this year, 100% hit rate. He's averaging 3 field goals made per game for the 49ers, including 4 field goals made in each of his last 2 games. Now, for some reason, the defensive, let me go ahead and refresh the screen here. They're not showing the matchup here. Atlanta, I believe the number I saw was like they're giving up the second most field goals per game in the NFL. Yeah, right there.
Wow.
21st most field goals allowed per game, giving up 2 field goals per game. So a team that gives up a lot of kicks, a kicker that's making a lot of kicks. The Niners, obviously, their offense struggling a little bit here. So they are moving the ball at a decent pace. Like, look at their passing offense. Number 1 in yards per game, struggling to run the football a little bit, but they're only 25th in points per game. So they are moving the ball at a decent rate, but they're not finishing drives, unfortunately. And a lot of that has to do with injuries and whatnot. So in the game where the Falcons have a pretty good defense, we could see the Niners move the ball here and there, but struggle to finish drives. 2 field goals is not a lot to ask for. You
Yeah.
being obviously the master of kicking props, I'd like to know what your input is on this.
I like this. Brock Purdy's out, right?
Brock Purdy's out. It's Mac Jones, who's not 100% either.
Right, he was questionable heading in, but I think I saw that he was obviously okay. I do like this spot because the reason I asked that is I think that I'm almost envisioning like game script wise plays stalling out in the red zone, and obviously Brock Purdy I'd think that a little bit less than say Mac Jones, even though Mac Jones has been good when he's given the opportunity for them this year. Good as far as I'd go, but either way, I do really like this. I think that we saw the Atlanta defense actually look pretty good once the field shrunk too. Like when they beat Buffalo last week, that's one of the hardest teams to stop. Down there as you get closer and closer, and it's like, hey, they were up for the challenge. I would almost think the hardest part of this one for the 49ers will be to get to the red zone, but I do think that at least Atlanta's defense isn't like that. I know I say this, you know what I mean? Like Atlanta, I'm getting impressed by their defense, but they're not that good where it's going to be on, the 49ers side of the field the entire game type of thing. So they get in the red zone. I don't mind this, especially with the injuries that they're dealing with and whatnot, that we see 2 field goals out of Eddie Pinero here. Pinero, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Listen, going to me for name pronunciation is crazy because I'm like the worst at it. But yeah, no, I think like you said, the biggest challenge here will be how often do they actually get into Falcons territory in this game? I obviously just posted my Sunday Night Football video like an hour ago, so make sure guys check that out if you haven't already. But I talked about I love Atlanta in this game, but I do think the Niners will still have some success. They are a very well coached team. And I think they will find ways to move the ball. Looking down below here, look at these numbers here, Ev. Matt Gay, 4 field goals made against the Falcons. Ryan Fitzgerald, 3 field goals made against the Falcons.
Yeah.
Will, again, Richard,
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, 2 field goals made. And then Matt Prater honestly had 0 last week. But you've seen kickers have a lot of big kicks here against this Falcons team. So, I mean, Eddie Pinero, seeing the numbers that he has in general this year, and we actually do have some head-to-head numbers now. Obviously, this is when he was a member of the Panthers last year, so different circumstances, but he did hit 2 on October 13th of last year, and then he did hit 1 in their last game on January 5th. So some decent numbers, if we're being honest, for him. So the biggest problem here, honestly, is the odds. It's not worth being a straight bet, but again, if you're looking for a parlay and you need a player prop to throw in, him to make 2 field goals is not a terrible leg.
I like that spot. That's a good call.
Honestly, I was looking this morning for player props. I'm like, I got to get a kicker prop for Ev. What can I do here? And I was like, you know what? This one I think would right up your alley. So
I like it.
Let's see what some comments. I think a few weeks ago they said Barkley had a knee injury. He was definitely on the injury list.
Yeah,
That would
I
make the
think it
most
was
sense.
it might have been 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was like for 2 days questionable. So when did they? Oh no, it must have been last. I think last week he might have been questionable because I remember seeing it when I was breaking down the Giants and Eagles game. So he carried a questionability tag, but it was like only, and maybe you guys in the chat, whoever just commented that too, like remembers. I think that was what Herbert. I think that went away after like 2 days, which. It's almost like when there's smoke, there's fire. There's might be something there too. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like if it can't be that serious that they're even pulling away the questionability leading into the game. And one thing that I will say, anyone that's watching Saquon thinking that he looks injured, he doesn't look injured at all. It looks like he's getting swallowed up and gobbled up like on half of his rushes because he still has broken out, some of these nice runs, but it seems like a tale of two different tapes when he's running the ball. It's like a good run or he gets hit like right away. You know what I mean? So, the only thing against an injury thought would be what I just said. Like it's sometimes you look like, I don't know, you look hesitant or however you want to do it, right? He doesn't look like Saquon to me doesn't the results look like he could be injured. He doesn't look injured, but that's not always how it works. I get that, but just either way, like he doesn't look fully injured as I'm watching him.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with like the play calling problems with the Eagles. Some of their offensive line stuff hasn't been great this year, so there's a lot of factors to it. I do think injury is a possible one, but I do think there are other factors. This whole Eagles offense is struggling. It's not just Saquon. So,
True.
But yeah, again, like we mentioned before, I think we definitely both are on the same side of we think Saquon's going to have a big day here.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just kind of go back and forth. What's another player prop you have here?
So this one I'm a little worried about, but I do like the spot. It's Achan's under. I think I even talked to you about it on H to H.
Yes.
So
Yep.
I like this for like in terms of I like everything about it. The biggest issue I have is I think it's going to be like a monsoon in Cleveland, meaning that they might not throw the ball or anything like that, right? So the issue I have is he going to get way more carries? I think I got this on H to H at like 63 and a half. It's already 68 and a half or something like that now, like as a maybe 60. Wow, it's moved actually.
You
65
get it
and
at
a half.
65 and a half for minus
Sure.
110.
So yeah, okay, that's moved around a little there because I think I got it at 67 last night at minus 115. That was like the
If you look at the right side of the screen, this line's moving, like moving.
It's because
Open
of
at
the weather.
61 and a half. It got to 64 and a half, down to 59. Like just today, within the last couple hours, I mean, it's going up and down by like 5 or 6 yards.
So it's got to be the weather there because again, like this is the number one rushing defense in Cleveland, right? So it's like, oh, here we go, like they're gonna swallow up Achan. There's like 100% chance of rain in Cleveland, meaning that even if they do make it tough on him, he might run the ball 25 times. Do you know what I mean? Like just because it's going to be a crappy, muddy, rainy game, and Tua stinks right now. So it's like that's my one concern. I still took a swing for it, a half unit play. So I mean it is what it is. But that's kind of. I would like to know where I guess you come out on it because again I really do like the matchup and I like the spot, but there could be some volume that like we haven't even seen out of him yet this year just because of the weather and because like it's a perfect storm, no pun intended, for Tua to throw the ball 10 times and Achan to run the ball a million.
This is one that I don't. It's not that I necessarily hate it that much. I would just. It's not. I wouldn't bet the over. I would probably personally just fade it, or like not take it at all. It like you said. I think there's a lot of factors here. Yes, the Browns' run defense is very good, but the problem here too is the fact that. We kind of saw this happen with the Browns last year a little bit too, where it's like their defense after a while, like the defense early in the year is so dominant, but their offense is so damn bad that like the defense is on the field for so long, and then injuries are happening, fatigue starts to settle in, and by the end of the year, their defense, which was once this dominant force, halfway through the season, second half of the year, starts to kind of fall off a little bit. Now we're still early on in the year, so I don't think we're at that point just yet. The other part here is the fact the Dolphins' offense just isn't all that good, and I think it kind of like we talked about with the Eagles with Saquon. If the Dolphins are going to have any kind of success, they have to get Achan going, and so they're going to try to push him, whether it be in the passing game, the rushing game. The rain factor is a scary part because, like you said, when it rains like that, Tua throws picks like crazy when it's perfect conditions, let alone sloppy, rainy. Like that guy could throw 9 interceptions in this game if you give him enough passing attempts. So I think they could lead in the run game a lot more. The question is going to be how efficient is that running game going to be? It's a tough one. Like I said, I don't hate the under because I do think if gun to my head, pick a line, I'd probably go under. I'd probably tail you with this one and
And I
say,
like that I got it. Like I got it at 67.5. Again, that's kind of comes down to that's only a 2 yard difference and all that. But like, I do think that if anyone in the comments likes this, it seems like something you might want to get on. But this thing looks like it's moving around like crazy. You know what I mean? Like even can you hover over the odds for that 65.5 right now?
yeah, yep.
Because is that
So that's
only
BetMGM,
see
Hard Rock
yeah.
Bet, Caesars, Prize
So
Picks,
this because
Underdog.
I see 59.5 as like this like on all the other books,
Yeah,
which is like
so
that's crazy. So I mean, so it's
59.5 is like DraftKings. They have those at that, but they're higher lines. You can definitely get it on those bigger sports books better.
mm-hmm.
I think 63.5. You can get it for -112 on DraftKings. I think
That's the over.
59.5, I think, is the consensus line where it's like
Yep.
all the major sports books have it at the exact same line versus
Yep.
like DraftKings has 63.5. FanDuel also has 64.5. So you can
Yeah.
kind of go in either one of those
So
areas. But
yeah, I
that's the
guess I guess
over.
some of the value is gone now for people if you're watching now. But I don't like it as much at 59.5. But again, 67. I think I saw it at 68.5 at one point. I even saw it in the chat. Actually, someone said it. So this line, like you said, has been all over the place. He could, in theory, even have a bunch of carries and like last year when he played them, he had 10 carries, 25 yards. Now, obviously, he's more of the feature back now in terms of what he will do. But like to me, he could rush 20 times and still have like 55 yards. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah, they're
there's
they're they're throwing the ball at a really high rate too. But again, if it's raining like that, that pass rate's going to decrease exponentially. And I mean, he's still looking at 76 carries. He's dominating the run share. And again,
yep.
that's with them throwing the ball well above league average. He still has 76 carries on the year. This is a game where he definitely could get a lot more work, especially
Look
like
at
you said,
those.
if it's rain, windy. He's coming off. He had 128 rushing yards
I,
last week
I,
versus the Chargers.
that makes me like him more because look at the last time he had a big game. The next
Yeah,
week against the
and anyway, we're
Panthers.
15,
Yeah.
16 against the Panthers. Yeah.
Look at the running backs against Cleveland too. Like I mean, again, this could hit or miss. I'm like I said, I even started it being like I don't know how much I like it because it's I
Yeah.
just but
So
they are that
the
good.
only comparable one is Gibbs. Like he had
Yeah,
90. But
and
Jameer Gibbs obviously at the top echelon. They have a decent offensive line. Like there's some things obviously
yep.
favoring them. Like Jalen Warren, it says green, but I always talk about this in my videos when it comes to betting player props, even like for college football. Like just because it's green doesn't mean that it works for us because like his line was only 44 and a half. So like 52 yards, that's still good for us when betting an underplay, even though it shows an over for Warren. So actually, if you go ahead, this is for the over. If I go ahead and switch to the under, you're going to see a lot better. Let's go ahead and 64 and a half. You go down here. I mean, look at all the green now. Like look at, I mean, Montgomery
Yeah.
12 yards, Josh Jacobs 30, Henry
It's only
23,
Gibbs.
Gainwell 22.
Gibbs is the only impressive run game against them, and that makes sense. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fine if we don't want to include this or anything like that. But it is one of the I've already taken it myself. But like I even started it being like I get the weather kind of skeeves me out.
Yeah, he had 25 yards last time they played last year. So honestly, the weather was probably the deciding factor. If it wasn't for the weather, I'd probably be like, yeah, let's just go for it. I just think with the weather factor too, that they could be running the ball a lot more. So
Yep.
there's a couple comments here.
You know what's an interesting little. You can go to the comments.
Miami winning it. I mean, it's a crap bowl. So I don't. Whoever wins it doesn't really it doesn't really matter. But
What is? Oh my God, Ollie Gordon, 14.5 yards. I don't think I'm gonna take. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I like that.
Ollie Gordon's over the 14. It's over. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Let's go and look at that. That's again, if we are kind of aligned in this thought process, right? If the weather's really that bad and they're going to run the ball more, I mean, HN can only run it so much.
Weather in Cleveland, Ohio. Let's see.
I was going to say, let's get the actual weather report up here. Let's go to the Weather Channel and see what's going on here in Cleveland.
50 at let's see at oh, it doesn't look that bad. I mean 50. Well, where's the do you know the actual wet like the
Emin says in the chat, it's not going to rain. It's hot down there. Well, I mean, it can be hot and also rain.
there's a wind advisory, heavy rain and a thunderstorm. This is for Sunday. I'm looking at the weather right now, but I would trust Evan. First off, great name. Second,
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
Emin, EMAN.
oh, still close enough. We'll take it. He's still in the same like syllables club. But I mean, I would trust boots on the ground versus anything I'm looking at weather-wise. Like weather.
You just trust anything you see. Do we even know that Emin is in Florida?
Florida.
Oh,
It's in.
not
It's
here.
in.
He said
It's
hot
in.
down here. So you can say here. So I guess I guess he's.
It's in Cleveland.
Oh, it's in Cleveland. Yeah, not Miami. My bad.
Whoa, wait. Where
I think
is
it's in
is
Cleveland.
But down here's like I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
think
that's what I'm saying. Like it's down hot. That's what I'm saying. Like, is he in Florida or is he in Cleveland? Because Cleveland's not. I've never heard someone go it's hot in Cleveland unless it's like middle of July.
E-Man. Okay, it's E-Man by the way. And
E-Man. Sorry, sorry.
Is E-Man in
Cleveland or in Ohio or you were in
what are we
Florida?
doing here?
Because the game's in Ohio.
AA
Hey,
Ron.
Ron.
Mendo says
uh,
Tua for a pick is okay. Yeah. So all right. So it's in Cleveland. I mean, guys, I'm not in Cleveland. All I'm saying is I'm just believing what I read on the internet.
yeah.
Tua throw a pick is not a bad look
Oh,
there, Mendo.
E-Man just said. I just realized it's in Cleveland.
Okay. All right. So there we go. We're at the bottom of it.
We discovered. We figured out the case, guys. Am I going to see you at some Celtics games this year? I'm
Let's do
hoping
it.
to go to a couple.
Let's do it.
I'm hoping to win a couple. I only went to. I think I went to one game last year. The year they won the title, I went to like 5 games. I was like, I'm all in on this team. I went to as many games as I could. But
All right. You want to go to it? Let's go to another one. We
yeah,
can say
Herbert said 100% chance of rain from 1 to 2 p.m. That's what Herbert said. So
and
I'll trust him.
I've never heard Herbert tell a lie. So let's go.
All right, let me see what I got loaded up here. I like this one, Ev. It's a plus money play. And I know there's risk. I'll say right off the bat, I understand Rashee Rice is back today for the Chiefs in this spot, but for plus money for this guy to get 3 catches, to me is worth the chance. Over 2.5 receptions for Hollywood Brown. It's plus 107 on Novig. Depending when you get it, it's either plus money or close to even odds. He's cashed in every game this year, Ev. 6 out of 6, 100% hit rate. He's averaging 5 receptions per game. Obviously, his number is a little bit skewed because that Chargers game, he had 10 catches on 16 targets. He never got close to that again the rest of the year, but still, even in some of these games where he only had 3 or 4 targets, he catches the ball every time it's thrown to him. The biggest concern, I think the reason why it's plus money, obviously, is the fact that Rice is back, Worthy's back. How is that going to affect things? I'm only slightly concerned because my thing is this. I don't know if you watched the game last week. One of the picks they gave out in the Sunday Football Picks video was Tyquan Thornton's yards. Tyquan Thornton was nowhere to be found in the offense. If anyone's going to be shoved out of this offense in order to make room for Rashee Rice, it's going to be Thornton. It's going to be Juju Smith-Schuster. These two, I would be scared to bet an over on. But like Worthy's not going anywhere. Hollywood Brown's not going anywhere. Kelsey's not going anywhere. Those 3 guys, despite Rice coming back, are still going to get work in this offense. So even though Hollywood Brown, yes, Rice coming back makes Rice the de facto number 1 receiver. Hollywood Brown's what, 2? Wide receiver 2 in that offense?
Yeah, that's a weird one.
He's still going to get enough work.
Yeah, it's a weird one because like I would think that oh, first off, I do get the like types of routes that we've seen even Brown run so far this year are kind of like the Rashee Rice routes.
Yeah.
But like to be honest, this seems like the type of thing where it's like if he gained a little bit of Mahomes' trust or anything like that, right? Then maybe like he still gets the ball 3. He could be a gadget player too, right? Hollywood. So it's like 3 catches. Yeah, I'm not against that whatsoever. I don't think he's gonna have like 6 catches. You know what I mean? Like I don't think the ceiling's too high on this one.
This play, I'll be honest, this play is simply because you're getting it for plus money. If this was like minus 125, I wouldn't take it. I don't think it's worth the risk. It's the fact that you're getting it either plus money or even depending on where you're getting at. Look at the Raiders this year from a defensive standpoint. They're 20th in the NFL, giving up 22.2 receptions per game versus wide receivers. Bottom 5 in the NFL. They're giving up 13.8 receptions per game to the wide receiver group. And the Raiders defense, it's not very good, but the one area they've been solid in is their run defense. They've actually been pretty decent. So Kansas City will have to throw the ball more to win this game, which they should win. They're 12.5-point favorites.
I think I like
Looking
that.
down here below, they throw the ball at nearly a 60% rate, which is above league average. So they're throwing the ball a lot. They haven't really been able to get the running game going as well as they'd like to. And Hollywood Brown, I know he had 16 targets in one game, which obviously when you look at that, it makes this number less impressive. But he has 44 targets through 6 games. He's been the guy that Mahomes has gone to up with Kelsey. It's him and Kelsey have been the 1-2 punch in terms of the most targeted guys. With Worthy back and with Rice back. But like everyone's like Rashee Rice comes back, he's gonna have this great. It's his first game of the year. No preseason, no practice. He's gonna be a bit rusty. He hasn't played in almost a year now. So I think for plus money, it's a great play.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think that it's kind of like a good spot in the sense of what you're looking at being like everybody is assuming something. and that's why we're getting this plus money that Rashee Rice is. And I do think that he will come in, and because he's also, we got to remember too, he's not like coming off of injury. That's a big thing to know.
Yeah.
It's not like he's coming back from a knee injury and into this offense. It's like, no, he's coming back from I guess technically a lot worse than that, but
Yeah.
he's probably gonna hit the ground running more. So that's the only thing that I would temper it in terms of what you said. But I still think that we're only talking about 3 catches. Like that's the big.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I would say. It's like this
And
is
his
a guy
catch
that's
rate has been really high. Like he's only been getting like 4 targets a game the last couple of games, and he still gets the catches. So like he's been at a really high catch rate, which so he doesn't need 7 targets to get 3 receptions. 4 or 5 targets is all he realistically needs, and that's what he's been getting. So I don't see that changing. CJ brings up a good point here. The Raiders secondaries, if they focus on Rice, this could be an easy cash. I mean, obviously, they will probably put more defense. I mean, the Raiders defense putting their defensive pressure on somebody doesn't really mean too much nowadays. But like they're going to probably focus more on Rashee Rice and Worthy, which could open up some stuff for Hollywood there. So
yeah, I mean, them putting pressure. It's not like even like to your point. Oh, if they focus, who cares? But it might make Patrick Mahomes like his first read. He looks okay, not there. Boom, on to 1 and on to 2 and 3. So that could help too. Even if they're like to that point, even if they're not, locking up Rashee Rice, I still think that it could definitely help. So yeah,
Evening also said, I like Pat to throw 1.5 touchdowns. I know we're not doing public plays just yet, like community plays, but I actually do want to look at that because of the Raiders' pass defense, Mahomes to throw 2 touchdowns, which is not a crazy thing, may not be a terrible spot. It all depends on what the odds are going to be for this. Let's take a look.
I just for everyone watching, I'm adding it to my. I just put it in, so I'm throwing it into my my plays right now. I took Ollie Gordon for his attempts and his yards.
I'll go ahead and I'll add to the sheet here. I like Ollie Gordon. Yeah, Mahomes. I don't hate this spot, but I don't think it's worth it. It's like minus 190 on Novig. Like it's not worth it. And honestly, the Raiders only give 1.3 touchdown passes per game, so. It's not worth it from a value standpoint. I will go ahead.
Against the Raiders in the past, do you know? I
can look that up.
I feel like I had him last year at one point, like late in the year, and I needed 2 from him, and he didn't get it. I don't know. So let's see if the last time he played them, he had 1.
Head to head last year. He wanted 2. Yeah, he had 1 the last time they played in November. He had 2 on October.
I remember watching that game. Huh?
Yeah. I actually I gave it out in the Oracle. I like the Raiders this week. Plus,
really? Oh, that's a big number. Yeah, I get you.
Big number, and honestly, like the Raiders, like they have an offense that can score some points. So we'll go ahead and we'll add Ollie Gordon.
So which one do you like more? Because you can get over 4.5 rushing attempts for minus 115, or yards. I like at 14.5, not the 16.5 at minus 136. So that's a pretty big difference.
Let's see what's he been looking at run. I mean. 2 last week, 3.
Yeah, but that game he had 3. I think he had negative yards. So that's why I'm thinking the attempts might even be the move.
Again, if I'm thinking.
As long as we're right about, or I guess I'm right because I kind of tried to coerce you into this thought process. As long as they're going to run the ball more than normal this game, like
I guess I'd rather take the yards haven't been.
I know it's crazy, right? That's why he had three carries, negative 2 yards 2 weeks ago. 5 carries from him is not that crazy.
Honestly, I think the yards, despite the numbers being worse, might be the better play because here's the thing. Let's say Cleveland, I don't think it's going to happen, but let's say Cleveland does have a big game. They build a little bit of lead here. Then Miami has to throw the football. Like, there's going to be no choice.
So he
can get 2 carries for 16 yards. He has 1 decent run, and we could get something cooking here. So
I can't believe we're talking about Ollie Gordon. Wow, we're gonna look like idiots or I'm gonna look like a bigger idiot. But now you're the Robin to the Batman right now.
I'm sharing the idiot load right now.
If you're here because if it's not rainy in Cleveland and E-Man was right, even though E-Man didn't realize it was in Cleveland, but if E-Man's right, we're just gonna look like idiots.
Imagine it's like 7. Where's Trey? Get Trey. He lives in Ohio. Is it going to be like 70? I mean, different city, but is it going to be 75 and sunny today? Because I'm gonna be pretty mad if it's going to be 75 and sunny, clear skies, and Cleveland holds Miami to 10 rushing yards total in the game, or actually no, they end up throwing the ball a ton. But I think yards would be the play here if you want to add this to the sheet.
All right, right now, 45 degrees and sunny, but it's 9 a.m. or around then. At 1 p.m., it becomes light rain, and then wait, nope, that's Monday. Hold on. Is it Huntington Bank Field? Is that the name of their field? I don't even know Cleveland Stadium.
You're asking about a team that's had 35 starting quarterbacks in the last 10 years, so it's hard for me to remember the name of the stadium.
Rain starting in 1 minute, it says.
All right, so we're good. I think we're gonna go. I think Ollie Gordon. You know what, Ev? I'm gonna hop off this crazy train. I'm not gonna put him on my
Okay.
bench.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay away. There's really no good numbers other than the rain. That's the only thing backing that play up.
Ollie
But
Gordon legacy game. Just remember it, everyone.
yeah, listen, Ev. If you stay on it and you get it right, you get to say that you were the one who called that. Because I'm gonna tell you right
True.
now, no one else in America is calling Ollie Gordon rushing yards props right now.
Yeah.
That's what separates us from the boys.
There we go.
You got anything? I'm sorry. Did you just go or did I gave Hollywood Brown. So do you have anything? We'll share one more pick each, and then I think we'll open it up to the
No, I don't
public.
have another play. I don't really have another like player prop that I'm really big on. I don't think so. You can go.
Let me see what I got here. I got a few that I kind of saved. So we did Panera, we did Hollywood Brown. Um, I'll go this one just because I feel like, and the problem with this one is that I don't know about you, Ev. Obviously, us being Patriots fan, I've been drinking the Patriots Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Drake May
rose-colored
looks
glasses
amazing.
lately because this is
Drake May
it's
looks
a good.
amazing. So
Yeah.
over 259 and a half passing plus rushing yards. You can grab it from -109 over on DraftKings. This caught my eye pretty early on. He's cashed it in 5 of 6 games this year, so it's an 83% hit rate. The only game he didn't cash it was the Panthers game. That's because that game was over by the end of the first quarter. Like it was a blowout.
Yeah.
So he's averaging over 275 passing plus rushing per game. He's done it against Buffalo. He's done it against, I mean, they haven't had the toughest schedule, but I mean, he's done it against pretty much every team he's played. The Steelers, who are obviously a pretty solid team. They did play last year also, and that was the game he had that crazy touchdown against at the end of the game where he like ran around for like 35 million seconds
Yeah.
and like got the playoff. He had 95 rushing yards and 206 passing yards in that game. So, got the head-to-head track record. The biggest thing about this game that scares me from an overall game perspective, I talked about this in the Oracle, and from a player prop perspective, is I don't know what the Titans are going to look like now that they fired Brian Callahan. Are they going to change a lot of things? I don't even know who the interim head coach is, if I'm being honest, which I'm embarrassed to say that. But that's the only thing. Like teams, they do rally around the interim coach, at least for the first week. So could that be a factor here? The way that Drake May has been playing, it's hard for me to go ahead and say that he's not a good pick here.
Wait, their coach is the old Chargers guy. What's his name? McCoy. Do they? Wait, what? I haven't heard that guy's name in forever.
I don't even know who it is.
You used to wear. I think he. Oh, I'm thinking of the right guy. He used to wear like a visor and stuff. Kind of
Titans
looks. He looks
interim
real goinky.
head coach. What?
Yeah, Mike
Goinky?
McCoy. Damn, that's crazy. I haven't heard of his
Mike
name in
McCoy.
forever.
Well, I can't even. I'm drawing a blank on who Mike McCoy even is.
He's had. I think he used to coach for the. If I'm not mistaken, the Chargers.
No, actually, yeah, he looks like he's on. Looks like Chargers. When was he last a head coach in the NFL?
I don't know.
Coaching. The 2013, 2016, when they were still in San Diego, he was
There
the
you
head
go,
coach.
yeah.
I honestly didn't remember that tenure for him. He's kind of been bouncing around. He was the offensive coordinator for the Broncos when it was post Manning, so that's not
Oh,
great.
I'm looking at it now too. This is not a great.
Offensive
track record.
coordinator for the Cardinals when their offense kind of stunk. That's post Carson Palmer. I think Kyler might have been a rookie then. Jaguars quarterback coach, not really a good. Trevor
okay.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Titans senior offensive assistant and then interim head coach. So yeah, he's been a pretty rough road since San Diego, and obviously San Diego wasn't. He was the offensive coordinator for Tebow though, so
Okay.
he's got that going for him, obviously. I just think Drake May. The numbers look good from a matchup standpoint. Tennessee 13th in passing yards allowed per game, 25th in rushing yards allowed per game. Their defense honestly isn't like from a numbers standpoint like they are awful. But the way that Drake May's been playing lately, it's hard for me to go ahead and say this is a bad pick. From -109, I mean, he's been playing really well. He's getting in a really good rhythm here. And
Yeah,
obviously,
they're opening it up for him too, which is.
there's
really
also a Vrabel revenge factor. This is the first time returning to Tennessee since they fired him. So, I mean, I'm sure he probably wants to stick it to them. So I don't think he's going to, take the foot off the gas, so to speak, or foot off the pedal. So, I think that it's a pretty good number.
You went pass rush instead of just pass. What was the thought process there?
I do think that the Titans' run defense is pretty bad. Now, let me go ahead and look up the rushing yards. I'm pretty sure when I was doing research this morning, I think the Titans' rushing yards to quarterbacks numbers were actually not bad. Let me see that. I'll go over here.
Because I don't hate it. I'm just wondering what the
Oh, actually, no, I don't know what I looked at then, because that's not great. I think, honestly, one of the big things being last year, obviously that matchup last season where he had 95 rushing yards against them was a big factor.
Yeah,
He
I don't
hasn't
mind
been
it.
running the ball as much this year, but you do have a couple games if we go ahead and narrow it to this year. Like he is averaging a decent amount. Like, he had 28 yards versus the Saints, 45 yards versus the Steelers. The one area where I get concerned, and this is where you've seen a couple of these games, the rushing yards have kind of saved him. Like in this game here, he had 230 passing yards. It was that 31 rushing yards that cashed that over.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm sure if you go to passing yards, what the line is, it's 100. No, it wouldn't be that low. You can get it for,
yeah,
you can get it somewhere in the ballpark of like 230-ish.
yeah.
But like it's really an extra 25 yards. And again, if he gets a game where he has like 230 pass, in this game here where he had 230 passing yards, those extra rushing yards could be the insurance. Because he does take off and run. I know they've been trying to kind of shy him away from that a little bit more this year. But I think him rushing is not bad. Herbert does say that he has made passing yards over 228.5, which again, I don't hate that either. Those are both good plays. I just personally throw the rushing yards in there because I feel like he's going to scramble here and there.
Yeah.
Ev was one of the only ones I saw who believed in Drake. Well, hold on, Israel. I don't know if you watched a lot of me, but I was a Drake May guy.
No, you hated Drake May. Tasso said Drake May stinks.
No, Mac Jones, on the other hand, there's a video of me crying on draft night when they drafted Mac Jones because I was so pissed off they took him. There's a video of me. I was living at my parents' house at the time. I legit was throwing shit. I was slamming. I was like, no, not Mac Jones. And obviously things did not go very well.
Yeah.
Now that Vrabel is the coach, he's going to light Tennessee up. Believe it. That's what I'm thinking. I think he's going to have a huge.
Yeah, I got a couple of money line parlays today, and the Patriots are in 2 of them.
Yeah. All right. Well, so I'm good. We handed out a few picks. I had a couple others that I listed, but honestly, those are the ones I like the most. We can go, actually. I want to share this one, Ev, because you've been a certified Ladd McConkey hater this year.
Yeah.
So I got to go ahead and throw this one out here. Ladd McConkey over 59.5 receiving yards, minus 121 over on DraftKings. It's from a matchup standpoint really good. The Colts 21st in receiving yards allowed per game, but if you narrow it to wide receivers, bottom 4 giving up 162.2 receiving yards per game to wide receivers. Now, Quentin Johnston has been the guy who's been getting a lot of receiving yards for this team, but he is playing today, but he is battling a hamstring injury, so he's not 100%. I like McConkey. He's still, even though his yard numbers haven't been great, he's still second in targets on this team with a 20.1% target share. It's a good matchup spot. The Chargers, obviously, a lot of injuries to the running back room, although the third string guy they have, I think it's Vidal. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's been pretty good.
Something like that,
but they're obviously so thin at running back right now, they have to throw the football, and they have been already this year. 62% pass rate, which is well above the league average. I think he's going to throw the ball at a crazy high rate. Yeah. And that's the case. McConkey's going to get a healthy amount of work.
I don't mind it. You said that I'm a certified hater. I just was actually correct. Remember at the beginning of the year, I took his under like 73.5, and I said with Keenan Allen coming back, Johnson's going to be a little bit better. There's going to be more mouths to feed. This guy's line's going to drop into the 50s soon enough.
And you were right for the most part.
Yeah, so that was the Ladd McConkey. And I actually kind of liked the Ladd McConkey was like me when I was a receiver in high school. Like I'm down, not just because of the skin color, but that has a huge thing to do with it. But like, I'm not necessarily a Ladd McConkey hater.
Hold on. What other comparables do you have to Ladd McConkey other than you played wide receiver and you were white?
Explosiveness. You find the gap in the zone.
You had the explosiveness like Ladd McConkey.
Oh yeah. You beat him off the line. Good luck pressing me if you were in high school. You'd be falling on your face.
How is that looking nowadays? If you were to get press coverage nowadays, what would that look like?
Sometimes me and my buddies will get drunk and run that, and it gets ugly. One time we were out, this is like only 2 years ago, right? And we were in like a market square with a bunch of stores and bars and stuff, and one of my buddies was an offensive lineman, one was a linebacker. So the linebacker said, okay, I'm going to get past the offensive lineman, and I was like the pretend quarterback. And let's just say it ended with the offensive line with a massive bloody face. He was running around trying to get a towel. Yeah, it was a pretty bad look. Anyways, yeah, I can't do it anymore. But that's why I passed the baton to Ladd McConkey.
So now not only are you comparable, you passed the baton to Ladd McConkey. Okay.
Ladd McConkey's nothing without me.
Okay.
Let's make it clear. But
okay, Ev is more of the Travis Hunter build. Listen, I know you only see the top of our halves in these videos, but as someone who I don't think, Ev, I would consider you a Travis Hunter guy personally.
No. I'm a little thicker than Travis Hunter.
I still play flag football. Like I actually I'm the commissioner of the league. We do in our area. I run a men's flag football league, and when I played football in high school, I wanted to be Gronk so bad. I was like, let me play tight end. I'm big. I can run a little bit. I played soccer, so I'm not the fastest guy, but I got some speed. And playing flag football, one of the guys I play football with, he came up to me, he goes, "You remember when you asked coach to play tight end?" He said no. He goes, "You're just kind of proving his point here." Playing tight end in flag football, and I'm like, well, I'm also like 10 years older than I was then, so a little bit different circumstances, but. All right. So yeah. So I think I think it's a good play. Like I said, don't spend too much time on it. But
I don't mind it.
The Colts don't have a great pass defense, and I just feel like the Chargers have to throw the football. Zay Jones at 79 yards, Trey Tucker. Like you're seeing some, like obviously Puka Nacua 170, but like you're seeing some of like the twos and threes also get some good work in these spots. So Devontae Adams didn't hit his line, but he did it at 56 yards in that game. We go even further back. Tyler Lockett for the Titans at 37, Troy Franklin for Denver at 89. Like you've had some receivers have some success, so I think
there should be a lot of quantity here, like you said.
60 yards. He had 100 last week versus the Dolphins, and I mean it's a crazy to say because the Colts have been so good, but their pass defense I think is comparable. He's your twin. Who are we still talking about? Like McConkey? Or are we talking about Travis Hunter?
Oh, that's got to be Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I see the resemblance. There's a lot. There's a lot of comparables there. All right, guys. I think that's good. So I handed out my favorite plays. I had a couple extra, but honestly, they were kind of ones we were on the fence of. I rather open up to the public now and kind of let you guys share. So we've got 6 picks. I will put all of these in the on the website. So if you guys miss any of these, don't worry. All of these plays will be posted. So we've got 6 player props already. We've been going for about an hour now, Ev. I'm thinking we give like at least 20 minutes to people to just kind of throw These are just straight bets. These are just straight bets, and then we'll close off with some parlays at the end of the video. So guys, go ahead, start spamming the chat with all your plays that you want us to look up for you guys, and we'll kind of debate, and we'll throw on the play sheet the ones that we feel are the best. Did you play wide receivers? Did you play football all 4 years?
Yeah. I was gonna go. I went to college for football and then quit and walked on the golf team. So it shows how much of I told myself I was like, oh, maybe I don't want this anymore.
Oh, he's a Hunter hands down. Yeah, I get it. I see the comparisons.
We don't have the same mouth. He's got like a frog mouth going on, but yeah, everything else.
You're allowed to say that, but
what? What's wrong with that? It literally that has nothing to do with nothing.
No, and I'm not. That wasn't what I was insinuating. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. You really want to take a shot at Travis Hunter's appearances?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm his twin, so I'm like the good-looking twin, but I don't know.
I wish I played football sooner. That was my biggest thing. I was a big-time soccer guy. I played soccer all my life, and then after sophomore year of high school, when you've been told your whole life like you're too big for soccer. And then you're like, all right, well, I guess I'll finally try out this football thing. And I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, senior year, I missed like 9 of our 10 games. I had a pretty bad knee injury. And so I didn't really get to enjoy it. Like junior year, I was learning how to play football. And then by the time I finally had it down pat, senior year, just never got to play. So. And then I went to a state college. It was Division III, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna walk on our team." And it's like, I saw the pads and everything. Everything was like so hand me down, and the helmets had like cracks in them. And I'm like, "Yeah, no, you know what?
Helmets had cracks in them.
I'm gonna pass." I'm like, the equipment was like not up to par. I'm like, "Yeah, no, this is good. I'm good. I'll play flag football every now and again."
That is actually why I quit in college, because our team ran the triple option. And I was a wide receiver that was just going in and trying to crack block guys that were so much bigger than me. And I was like, this is so boring.
Yeah, no, that's not great.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. There's your comparison golfing multi-athlete. Does Travis Hunter golf?
No, but he plays both sides. That's probably what he means, right? The offense, defense. I get it. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Ev, I guess you're a multi-sport athlete. I didn't, I wouldn't necessarily pin you down as that kind of guy, but
I was
back in the day. I played basketball. I always tell people I played like every sport you could possibly play. The only one I never did was lacrosse. Hockey I tried to play, but I was like the worst skater of all time. Like the coaches were like, "Oh, you want to play hockey? Yeah, let's get them going." And they put me on skates
out here, just like
kept falling over every single time I tried to do anything.
Yeah,
Basketball is one of my favorite. Basketball was the sport that like I always was like I want to play in college, and then
yeah,
you
me
know
too.
the problem was that my whole life everyone thought I was going to be like 7 feet tall because I was like 6 foot tall and like 12 years old,
Yeah,
and then just stopped growing at 6'4". And so like when you've been trained to play center your whole life, and
yeah.
then you get to AAU as a in high school, and we went against Chris Dunn. He was in our area and we played him. When Chris Dunn is the same size as you, but like he can dribble and dunk and all this
Yeah.
stuff, and like I basically was a back to the basket 6'4" big.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
exactly not exactly a style that works when you get further along in basketball and guys get taller. So, all right, let's do this one. Kayshawn Booty over 30.5 yards or 2.5 receptions is plus money. Um, Rugby, just real quick before we go to the Keishawn Booty. I thought about playing rugby. I actually went to the first practice for my college, and I saw one of the buddies that tried to recruit me to play rugby had like a major injury, like broke his leg in like in the worst way, and I was like, you know what, I'm all set.
Yikes. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you know what,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll stick to like the recreational sports at this point. All right, especially for Division 3. Like I'm a big believer in like Division 3, unless like you're trying to get upwards. Like it's just tough to justify that workload and like
Oh
getting
yeah.
hurt and stuff for Division 3.
I agree. I don't mind that booty spot.
Yeah, I don't. I actually like it. He's been playing really well for New England lately. Like I've really been impressed with him. So let's start with yards first, and then we'll look at receptions. So receiving yards, they said over. They said 30.5. Honestly, I don't mind 31.5 either. He's cashed it. Oh, well, he said plus money. I don't think 30.5
No,
is.
the receptions is plus money.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 30.5 you get for minus 111, so I guess that's fine. So 30.5, he's cashed in 3 of 6 games this year. Obviously, coming off a big game in New Orleans, he had 93 yards receiving in that game. Look at the target share here. Third among targets, 13.3% target share. Only Diggs and Hunter Henry are higher. And Booty's kind of been like more the longer. I feel like he's been
Yeah.
more like the deep yard guy.
His air yards is, if you look at his air yards, like I think it's like 32% in the last couple of weeks there. Meaning that ball's like traveling in the air for 1/3 of, like what that
Yeah,
is
look
for
at
anyone.
82 air yards here in the
Like
Saints
if
game.
yeah, so if a guy caught for anyone that doesn't know what that is, if someone caught like well, I guess that's air yard share, right? But if what air
Yeah,
yards are
that's totally.
for an actual player would be like if you caught a ball, it traveled 1 yard in the air and you ran for 9 more, it'd be a 10-yard catch. That would be a 10% air yard. So I mean, this is air yard share of the team that we're looking at. But either way, like him individually, the ball travels in the air a lot before he catches it. So that's a good thing. And if you're looking at like yards, I would say the opposite when we're talking about receptions. Usually, I'd be looking for guys that have lower percentages because that means that they're like Debo Samuel has a lower one because they'll drop these little screenplays and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that the yards probably I'd prefer over receptions, but up to you.
Yeah, 2.5 receptions plus 121, so good value. I mean, he's same numbers. He's cashed in 3 of 6. Um,
He could have
again,
one catch for 32 yards, that type of thing.
yeah, and that's I think where I'm agreeing with you. I think 30.5 safer because, like you said, he could have 2 catches for 50 yards, and we're sitting pretty here with the receiving yards, but receptions. I mean, I get for plus money, it's not terrible, but
Definitely
let's go
not.
back
Yeah.
to the receiving yards because I didn't get to look at the Titans versus Titans yards allowed to wide receivers.
24th in the league. I have it up on my screen too. So
Yeah, so
not bad.
I think that's a better spot. So I think 30.5, you got that available to you. I would definitely. Oh, hold on a second. 29.5 for minus 120.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. All right. Well, add that to the one. So good. Let me go ahead and shout out whoever had that one more time. Let me go back over here. Where was it? Up a little bit more. Matthew. Shout out to Matthew. Keyshawn Booty. We went for 29.5, but Matthew Parker, good play there. We'll add that to the play sheet. Thoughts on Roma Dunze, anytime touchdown? I actually have him in fantasy. Was one of my biggest steals of the year. He's been huge for my team, except for last week. He didn't play all that great, but
Touchdown's a little crazy, but I mean, he's like last week he had a bad week because I took him and that was one of the games that I did the Monday Night Football.
yeah.
But it's almost like a buy low spot. Now you can look at his yards, reception. I mean, I know we're talking TD here.
Plus 117 for touchdown.
Wow,
Saints
you
are
can get
giving
his
up-
receptions over 4.5 for plus 123.
Really? All right.
Yeah,
plus
it's
123.
higher odds
Oh,
for.
well, but if you look at the matchup, the Saints receptions allowed to
Yeah,
receivers
true.
is a little lower. The touchdown matchup actually isn't bad. Look at their 27 touchdowns allowed to wide receivers, 1.3 per game.
What's his red
Um,
zone shared? Oh, they haven't
yeah,
really allowed much.
Let's see, red zone. So targets in general, he's number one, 25% target
Yeah.
share. It's obviously pretty good. Red zone, he's number one
Yeah.
with 30%. So that's pretty good. I mean, they're targeting him a decent amount. Um,
I don't mind it, but I don't mind it at all. I mean,
Pop Douglas had on two. Keyshawn Booty had two last week versus New Orleans. So other receivers, a lot of zeros, but obviously there's a lot of receivers. Khalil Shakir had one. Torrey Horton had two. Jackson Smith-Njigba had one. Juwan Jennings had one. I mean, a lot of these guys are top receivers that you're seeing for these teams. So far this year, he's gotten every game except for last game. So, and they are passing the ball a little below league average, but I guess this is a toss up. I guess chat. What do we think in the chat, or Ev? What I mean, I know you're kind of seems like you're on the fence on this one.
yeah,
A lot of numbers look good. The data looks pretty good across the board. It's just a matter of like, do we
I don't
think?
I don't mind it. I just don't know. Like the touch, like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I would say we could send it. He didn't score one last week. He had scored in like every week before that, right?
We
So,
love to say it. He's technically due. I mean, week
yeah,
off. He's gonna get back on track here.
yeah.
I just touchdowns are such a volatile thing. Like it's a little bit more risky, but I don't hate. I mean, the numbers, like I said, all the numbers look pretty good. So I guess we'll go with the touchdown. I don't
Yeah, I don't
hate
mind
it
it.
for
Someone's
22. It's
knocking at my door, so give me 2 seconds.
yeah, no problem. Let's see. I have not even. I don't know what's going on with this Rams game. You guys can give me updates. I see 21-0. I love the Rams this week. I love the Rams this week. And I had Devontae Adams in fantasy, 2 touchdown catches. Let's go. Let's go. Um, yeah, it's looking good, guys. Can we keep putting your plays in the chat? Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and kind of throw them out. We'll close the live stream with a player prop parlay, so make sure to stick around for that. We'll do some touchdown parlays, but for now, we're just doing straight bets slash single bets, however you want to call them. What else we got so far? Nick Nito. I don't love defensive props. I'm gonna be honest. Nick Nito sack and Travis Hunter an alien, bruh. Yeah, he is an alien. Pat Drake, Caleb loves Rome touchdown play is 100. Yeah, he's been really heavily targeted, so it's really hard for me to go ahead and hate on that play. Um, did I not put Devontae Adams in my lineup? Oh no, okay, good. I had a heart attack. I thought Devontae Adams was not in my fantasy lineup. I was ready to cry. Having a huge game today. Love the Rams in that spot. All right. Come on, guys. Let's see what else we got. Mac Hollins anytime touchdown, plus 800 for the Patriots. We can take a look at it real quick while Ev's doing that. I mean, doing touchdown plays, obviously you're taking way more risk. Plus 800 looks nice, but obviously a lot of hoops to jump through there to get that. Plus 800. He scored 2 so far this year, which isn't bad. Tennessee, though, look at that. Top 10 defense from touchdowns led to wide receivers. So not a lot of wide receivers in general scoring touchdowns against them. Look at all those zeros on there. So now you're asking Mac Hollins to get one. Granted, listen, my philosophy when it comes to these are, guys, when especially it's plus 800 or higher, what's $10? What's $10 to throw in there? $10 to win $80? Might as well just throw it on there if you want to, but I'm not going to add it to the play sheet here. Let's see, Cameron Dicker. I saw this a couple times from E-Man. We'll show that up. Over 1.5 field goals made. We'll back out of this one here. Let's see, Cameron Dicker. This is going to be right up your alley here.
I mean, he's been crushing it. Yeah, 8 of his last 10.
Oh, I just
4 of 6.
All right, 1.5 field goals
Juicy,
made. A little juicy, yeah. Minus. Do you know what Bet Rivers is? I've never used Bet Rivers before. I don't know if it's available to me.
No, I don't know if it is available. I'll look up there. I don't think it's available to me. Let's see.
Yeah, I never.
They
I've
have
seen it.
really soft odds sometimes, though.
Yeah, I've seen a couple picks I've been doing this week, and I saw Bet Rivers had some good odds, but I'm not sure if it's available in New England. But yeah, good numbers, 4 of 6. Like you said, the problem is that the minus 158 on DraftKings is like the most public sports book that has it. The Colts also just 1.3 field goals allowed per game, which is 5th best in the league. So they're not really giving up a lot of field goals. Dicker has exceeded in 7 of his last 9 games at home.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's a pretty
Chargers
number.
have the worst red zone efficiency offense in the league too.
Yeah, so I mean that would make sense that they're struggling in the red zone. So yeah, like that's terrible.
Yeah. So like that would
And
make
actually,
me
look at the last 4 games. Chad Ryland had 2, Carlson had 2, Cardi had 2, and Sly had 2. So I mean, honestly, besides Will Lutz and Riley Patterson, who kind of had both at 0 and kind of tanked the number, kickers have been doing pretty good. And the Colts are mostly efficient in the red zone, 15, not terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it. The problem is just the odds standpoint. But I guess if you're building like a player prop parlay and you want something to throw in there, multiple legs, this isn't a bad one.
No, I like it.
Yeah, we'll throw it to the sheet. We'll put it on there over 1.5. Honestly, I'm okay with putting a little extra juice on a play like this if the data is good enough. Like I'll put a unit and a half if I feel it's worth it. Let's see. Caleb Williams over 1.5 touchdown passes. We already kind of talked about a Doomsday. So I mean, if we're betting a Doomsday, him to throw multiple touchdown passes would be good for us here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Passing touchdowns. There we go. So over 1.5, minus 113, so good value. Saints 29th, giving up 2.3 touchdown passes per game, so that's obviously good right off the rip. Caleb Williams cashed in 2 of 5 games this year, averaging 1.8 touchdown passes per game. He had 4 versus Dallas and 2 versus Detroit. Every other game he had just 1. We go down below here. I mean, every quarterback's cashed their line this year against New Orleans. Drake May had 3. Jackson Dart had 2, Josh Allen had 2, Darnold had 2, and Mac Jones had 3. You have guys like Jackson Dart, rookie, and Mac Jones putting big games on them. So I don't hate it. They do pass the ball at a pretty decent rate, just below league average, like we talked about before with the Doomsday. And the Saints defense, their run defense and pass defense, they're about average. I do want to go look on PFF real quick. Saints run defense. Let's see where they rank. They actually rank 10th in run defense in the NFL, according to PFF. So they say that they're not a bad defense in terms of stopping the run. Coverage, though, the Saints are also not terrible. They are currently ranked, according to PFF, 15th. So their defense, honestly, in general, isn't terrible.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think about this one?
I kind of like it. I mean, I don't know if do you think it replaces the Odunze, or are we double dipping into that theory?
I mean, they do kind of go hand in hand. If you think Odunze's going to get a touchdown,
okay,
throwing 2 isn't. I mean, that obviously, if he throws 2 touchdowns, you would hope that one of them goes to Odunze. Imagine if we just go 0 for 2 here and Williams doesn't catch and Odunze doesn't get a touchdown. That'd be double pain. But
I do like it. I think everything kind of checks out.
yeah, data looks good, matchup good. I think, and again, defense against running backs, I do want to know what that looks like. But if they're that low against quarterbacks, I would assume, because their points per game defense is 24th, which is pretty bad. But I don't.
They are, I mean, 6th in yards per carry.
Well, here we'll look right here at DeAndre Swift. So we'll look at him touchdown versus running backs. So they're a little bit better defensively. They don't get as many touchdowns to running backs. DeAndre Swift so far this year scored a touchdown in 3 of 4 games. So I think it's good. I think I'm willing to go. I think I like it, the Caleb Williams one. I don't mind it.
All right.
And the odds aren't bad either, minus 113. So, whoops, that's anytime touchdown. Let's get the passing touchdowns. Can you imagine I accidentally I had a friend who did that a couple weeks ago. I don't know. He might even be watching the stream right now. Shout out Johnny Hardell if he's watching. But he, a couple weeks ago, when the Packers and Browns played, put a money line parlay together and accidentally put the Browns, but he meant to put the Packers. Yeah. And he ended up winning a crazy amount of money. But it's so funny because it's like it was his best win of his life, but it was completely by accident. Like somebody told him to take Packers money line, and he's a little bit of an idiot, so he took Browns money line, and obviously that was the one day ever where it actually benefited him. So it would be funny to do Caleb Williams anytime touchdown over 1.5, and he ends up getting 2 rushing. Let's see.
Oh. It's going to be
nasty in Chicago today. Ooh.
Is Herbert a weatherman?
He's been awesome. So here's the question, though. We're not really fact checking these. Is Herbert a weatherman, or is he just throwing us off the scent and like?
Oh no.
It's going to be raining in Chicago today.
I trust Herbert with my life right now.
Hey guys, don't worry. It's going to be nice and beautiful in Tennessee. Meanwhile, there's a hurricane hitting. Let's see. C-Mac over receiving yards. Real quick, do we want to address the does that change how we feel about the situation? Hold on, let me pull up the weather app. I gotta look this up. Weather app or weather channel. I don't know. Weather channel. The weather people don't really know what's going on either, if we're being honest. Let's see,
50
Chicago.
degree right now. Let's see. I'm going to 1 p.m. 1 p.m. 54 degrees. Rain feels like 44.
All
18
right,
mile an
so
hour wind. Yikes.
oh, okay. Shout out Herbert. Never mind. I take back everything I said. That's good. Good job alerting us to that.
That's crazy. 20 mile an hour wind feels like 44 degrees.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and take Caleb Williams off our play sheet. I'll
Okay.
remove that play. Sorry to whoever recommended it. In normal circumstances, 100%. I think I'm still gonna keep the Adunze one out there though.
Okay.
If I'm being honest, I might stick with that play and keep that there, but that's as far as I'll go with that.
Okay. I
All
guess
right.
I guess yeah, the point is like first come first serve. We don't want to double dip into that game from a passing touchdown perspective, right?
Yeah.
And we did address the Dunze first.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
I think they're still going to throw the ball a little bit. I just now you're asking for multiple touchdowns in a game where it's going to be raining. Like if he throws one, Adunze probably would be the go-to guy. So I don't hate that.
Hopefully.
All right. How about like one or two more, and then we'll do some parlays here.
Let's do it.
So is that game going under? E-Man asked.
I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
if it's that crappy out, there's two bad offenses. I mean, I guess some people might say that the Saints are a better offense than, or excuse me, the Bears are a better offense than you might think. I don't hate the under in that game, I guess, but the total's probably super low. Like
yeah.
we're not the only people in America that actually 44 and a half is not even that low. I was gonna say we're not the only people in America know that it's gonna be crappy there. You know what I mean? The books do too, but that's not that crazy.
Derek says Cleveland horrible weather too. We already kind of covered that earlier. Judkins, we didn't even really talk about that. We talked a lot about Miami, but Judkins, who's been playing very well,
Yeah, that's true.
that actually might be a really good play. We might have that. We spent like 15 minutes talking about Ollie Gordon and Devon A. Chain, and it could have been right under our nose the whole time
I
that
know. I
Judkins
just
probably
wonder. I
wasn't
wonder if
holding
this,
play.
if his, what is his line at? His line has to be high.
No, actually, we
It's
can.
not
Well, yeah,
crazy. It's high, but it's not crazy actually.
we can get it.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
that's a yeah,
well,
yeah. It's
a big jump up, 89.5. Um, he has cashed in 205 games this year. He's had a couple. He's had 3 games with at least 80 yards, which is not terrible. They do run the ball a crazy amount. He's by far the most used running back. So a lot of good numbers off the jump. Miami versus running backs, the worst run defense in the NFL right now, giving up 134 yards per game to running back. So that's good. I mean, Vidal had 124. Rico Dowdle had 206. Braylon Allen, I mean, those are low lines, but Brees Hall had 81. James Cook had 108. I don't know. I mean, especially if the weather's bad, like he's going to get a lot of work regardless of the weather's bad or not. But with rain too,
yeah. I'm almost think. So what are you at? 89 and a half. What are his rush
yeah.
attempts?
Rushing
Oh, that's high
attempts.
too. Jesus. I was
Where's
thinking that if we were thinking like 4 yards per carry, low end, and 20 carries, that's 80 yards. But I mean, I don't know.
that's? I mean, even like 19.5 is minus 145, and he's only cashed that twice this year.
I know. I would think yards would be the play if this number's that high. I was hoping to see like a 17 and a half or something.
Yeah, I was hoping from a yard perspective too to see more like a 79.5, like or even like an
Yeah.
82.5. Like going now, you need like 90 plus yards.
I don't think he'll be bad or anything, but I think that this is like the opposite of a buy low. I think it's a really high line because of the weather, because of the defense, and because he's been pretty good. I mean, I know last game he wasn't all that great, but to me it's a little too high. But I'd give you final say if you like it at what was it 89 and a half. I'm not gonna say no to it.
I just think like the Dolphins' run defense is bad in general, and in the rain, like slipping around like that can't be make them any better.
How about a over touch? Can we do touchdown? It's minus
Oh,
110.
that's a little
Get him on the
better.
goal line, get him in the red zone, and he just
Let's see what the numbers. Oh, I want to refresh the
that's
screen.
rushing touchdown. You could
Oh yeah,
do
yeah, anytime touchdown.
anytime touchdown for, and I mean I'm not saying he's gonna catch one, but minus
Yeah,
110.
I mean the third gave up 20. Oh, William versus running backs. Oh,
I guess that's tough.
I mean I don't hate the rushing yards honestly. I just
Okay,
I
if we
it's
keep
a
going, if
high
we keep
line, and the other
circling that,
problem
let's
is
do it.
it's a high line, and then the other only thing is like it's probably going to be a heavy public play. Like I feel like anybody who like pays attention is going to find this one and be like, wait, it's raining. The Dolphins defense stinks. Judkins has been playing pretty good, so I like it though. I mean he has
Uh,
a couple big games in there, so and that's against Green Bay and Minnesota. I mean Minnesota we talked about before their run defense not being very good, but
yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take that one.
The Rams are up 21-0.
I saw that. Yeah, when you walked away, I checked the score. I had Adams in fantasy. Thank God I started him, and 2 touchdowns so far for him.
Wow.
And then the Oracle was one of my favorite plays. The line being 2.5 was crazy. The Jaguars are not a bad team, but I feel like they got a lot of love early because they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So
I have the Rams too, but at a pretty crappy price. I got like -132 for that 2.5. But I have the
yeah,
under too. I don't even know what to think of the under 40, under 46.5. And it's like, well, the Rams are clearly going to put up a good number.
yeah.
We'll see.
Let's see. I kind of like Will Dissly today. Colts allowed 7th most receptions to tight ends. Colts 77% catch rate against tight ends. All right, so Will Dissly. We can look that one up. And obviously, we talked about already with the Chargers, and we already have McConkey on our board, but they are going to have to throw the ball a lot. Are we looking at, I guess he didn't really clarify, receptions or receiving yards? I guess receptions, because he said catch rate. What's the line at? 1.5 plus 170.
Yeah, I worry I think he is playing like not that many snaps, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the other
He's
guy's
only played
name.
3 games this year. He played the first 2,
And
and
then
then
the
didn't
last
play
one.
until last week. So he
Yeah.
missed some time. Let's see the targets. I mean, he's only getting like 1 or 2 targets a game. What was it last year for him in this offense?
Oh, way more. I mean,
Way
he
more.
just played more last year, I want to say. Now they have
Yeah.
they have Conklin, who I don't think actually has played much, but then I
Well,
can't remember the
they
other.
have Gadsden, this tight end
Oh,
here.
that guy. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
he's
been
played
pretty
more.
good.
He's played a decent amount of snaps recently. That's what I was thinking of.
I think he's probably the better bet, if anything. I think if anything, go with Gad. Like Will Dissly's a veteran guy. He's been around the league for a hot minute. I'm pretty sure is this guy a rookie?
Gadsden, I don't even know.
I think he has no previous record, so I
Yeah,
want to say he's probably a rookie.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, his reception at -500 is definitely not a good bet. His line is at 3.5 for plus 138. Now we're getting into kind of tough territory there. He had 7 catches versus Miami though. 21st to give 6 catches per game. I'm personally probably going to go away from this pick. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I think it's too much of a dice roll. I don't mind it as like just like if like I don't hate it because again, Will Dissly, especially you could easily have 2 catches. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
plus money too. But I'm not. I don't think I'd give him like my stamp of approval.
Yeah. I like A-Chain, Miami running back to score anytime touchdown, too. We've already kind of talked about that Browns-Dolphins game way too much as it is. I think it's best to probably avoid keep putting more action on that game. Let's look over one more, and then we'll do parlays, and we'll kind of wrap up
All
here.
right.
You guys, last chance. You got one more kind of single bet, and then we'll do anytime touchdown parlay. So go ahead and throw any picks you guys have left. We'll do one more. A lot of people love this Dolphins Browns game. I see a Waddle reception prop that was recommended. Like I see a lot of love on this Dolphins game. I don't know how you feel. Like the games like this, I try to just avoid them outright. If I see like a 1-5 versus 1-5, unless there's like a clear edge, I'm a very big time. Like I'm not going to watch this game anyway, so why bet it?
Yeah, I mean, I do have 3 plays on it now, but I was gonna
Oh,
agree
yeah.
with you. I have Achan. We already talked about that, and then I
Yeah.
put in Ollie Gordon. So I mean, I guess I am speaking out of both sides of my mouth because I do agree with you, but like I just started to. I guess it's not technically 3 plays. It's Achan, and then that is Ollie Gordon's related to that, so it's all like kind of one thought.
Yeah.
But watch
All
it.
right,
Watch it's like
Shamar-
just clears up and it's nice and sunny.
Zach says go Cleveland. All right, so a lot of Browns and Dolphins fans in here apparently. Jaden Daniels over 1.5 touchdowns. So we'll see if we can close out with that one before we do parlays. By the way, guys, I do want to announce right now, I'm not going to be doing the live stream next week. I'm going to be in Louisiana, so unfortunately, we'll be back in 2 weeks after this week. But I won't be here next week. I'll be actually at this time or heading down into the Saints Bucks game in New Orleans at this time next week. So,
You know where that jersey?
Huh?
You know where that jersey?
Yes, yeah. I have a Jameis Winston Saints jersey, and I was gonna wear that one, but I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to root for the team that's gonna win the game, which is gonna be
Yeah.
Tampa. So
There you go.
we're gonna go see LSU Texas A&M on Saturday, which is gonna
Ooh,
be
that'll be good.
College Game Day is supposed to be there. It's not confirmed yet, but we're like 99% sure College Game Day is gonna be there.
That'll be
And then we're
sweet.
gonna go see Pelicans Spurs on Friday. Gonna go see Skinny Zion versus Wemby.
Skinny
So-
Zion.
Looking forward to that. Yeah, it's going to be a good trip. We're going for 3 days, and we're going on no sleep and just basically doing everything. We're getting off the plane at like 9 a.m. We have a swamp tour booked at 10 a.m. Like the minute we land, we're like going right after it.
Oh my god.
All right, so let's go Jaden Daniels over 1.5 touchdown passes. And then, like I said, we'll go to the parlay and we'll kind of wrap up there. I'm missing where's passing right here? Over 1.5, minus 125 BetMGM. Dallas, second most touchdown passes allowed per game. This is a big one. We obviously have the fade me pick. I have Cowboys, you have Commanders, money line. Or I maybe spread pick. I don't remember what we did. I know I had Cowboys for fade me. Which, by the way, I'm 1-0. You're 0-1. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh, mine cashed too.
No, Darnell
Yeah,
Washington didn't have.
yeah, it was his longest reception. He never had a long reception.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like you went 0-1. I went 1-0.
No, I went 1-0. He didn't hit his longest reception.
Oh, you had the under. Oh, yeah,
Under,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Shit. This whole
Or
time I'm
both.
like, man, Ev's 0-1. We're off to a good start to the week.
Uh-huh.
Very good. Nope. Well, Aaron Rodgers did have one over 2 touchdown passes. So, yeah, Jaden Daniels, he's cashed in 2 of 4 games. Obviously, he's coming back from injury and stuff. He did look pretty good last time out versus Chicago. I mean, every quarterback's cashed this line versus Dallas. Bryce Young, Fields, even Justin Fields had 2 touchdown passes. Russell Wilson, who's no longer a starter, had 3. Caleb Williams had 4. I mean, all the numbers point to this being good, which sometimes is a bad thing though, because it's like such an
Yeah,
obvious.
but I do think that like this is I mean I feel like a broken record keeps saying it with like the buy lows and whatnot, but Jaden Daniels this is probably somewhat of a low point in his season. You know, like I think that this team is better. I mean, I know we even talked about on H2H with how good are they? It was 1 year, all this, but like I do think that Jaden Daniels is better than he has been.
I'm willing to put it. I think for the odds you're getting for it, and like I said, they do run the ball a healthy amount, but the Cowboys defense like just invites you to throw touchdowns on them. So, it's only 2. And like you said, I mean, nor if it wasn't for the injuries and like how they play this year, I think this line would probably be closer to like 2.5.
Yeah,
Or at
I
least
mean,
it was 1.5 to like minus 150.
speaking of injuries, I think that is worth noting, right? No Debo, no
McLaurin, right?
yeah. So it's like Luke McCaffrey, Chris Moore, Jalen Lane. Zach Ertz is also questionable, so that
No,
that
Brown's
would
out
be
too. I know Brown's out too.
yeah. So that
Obviously,
would
no
be
actor.
that
Oh, so
would be a
maybe
little,
maybe that's a good save there. I honestly wasn't even thinking about that. That could be a good like maybe watch out for this one.
like who's he throwing to, right? Type thing. But
Yeah,
it is still Dallas's defense, and Luke McCaffrey's good. I think Luke McCaffrey's good enough.
because when we did HH early in the week, I knew McLaurin was pretty much out, but it looked like Debo was going to play. Like it says right here in the report, he was questionable
Yeah,
originally.
he practiced I think last week too, and then
Yeah,
they just ruled him out.
that's tough. And Zach Ertz, like if he's out too, my goodness, like yeah, like you said, who was left to throw to? So actually, I think we just go ahead and avoid this one
Just
personally,
because of the injuries.
just because of the injuries. And I just don't know who else they're going to throw to. They might lean into the run because the Cowboys also have a bad run defense, so they could just run the ball heavy too.
Wow, so that's really
Um,
good for your fade me pick, huh?
yeah, really good for fade me. All right, so how about this? I'm making the executive decision. We're going to not look for another single bet because I feel like people are ready for some touchdowns
Let's do
here.
it.
So let's do anytime touchdown parlay. We have 10 picks total here, which is between our picks and then the community picks. So it's still
Yep.
plenty. So we'll go ahead and wrap up now, and we'll do an anytime touchdown parlay. So guys, go ahead, spam the comments with who you think is going to go ahead and score a touchdown. Do you want to do 3 legs or 4 legs? I think 3. I think we need to just hit. Like we haven't
That's
hit
what I was
one.
gonna say. I was gonna say, what if we let's try and let's be safer here. I know that doesn't sound all that great, but let's do it. Let's be a little bit more cautious.
All right, guys. So go ahead. Let me know down below in the comments who you think is going to score or who you want to be added to our parlay. Christopher said these picks. Which picks, Christopher? All of them? Oh, actually, I didn't see it up above. One guy Bob wrote a bunch of them. A Dunze touchdown. I'm gonna say it right now. We're not double dipping on that because we already have him.
Yeah, we already did it. Yeah,
Bet, so no. Sutton touchdown. Is that Cortland Sutton?
I assume so.
I don't really know what other Sutton there is in the NFL. I think there's a D-back with the last name Sutton. Cortland Sutton. Touchdowns. Let's see. Plus 150 on FanDuel if you use FanDuel. Plus money everywhere. Giants, 2.5 touchdowns per game versus wide receivers, 1 per game. So not a great matchup necessarily. The Broncos do run the ball a healthy amount. Sutton obviously is the number 1 targeted wide receiver, 20.6% target share in the red zone. Troy Franklin gets a lot more work.
Interesting.
And the Giants versus wide receivers, Rashid Shaheed had 1 for the Saints. And then Quentin Johnson had one, Tyquan Thornton had one, and Turpin and Pickens had one. Not a lot of touchdowns. Honestly, not great optics so far. So far in 2025, he has 3 touchdowns. So he actually has cashed it a few times this
Yeah.
year, but hasn't each of the last 2 games. The Denver's offense just kind of scares me. I don't know what. Like Bo Nix was really looking good towards the end of last year, and then so far this year, he just hasn't looked the same. He's kind of struggled. So I don't know how I feel about that one. I would honestly probably go Troy Franklin before I go Cortland Sutton based off of the numbers. And Franklin, you probably get better odds too. So
Yeah, I don't hate it.
I'll
This
maybe
might
put
be
it
another
in.
back burner thing though. Like we said last time we did this, we had a bunch on the
Yeah.
back burner, but maybe that's something. I definitely don't hate it for the odds too.
Rasheed Rice. I'm going to say right off the bat. Do you think that's a little risky considering his first game back?
I don't know. Or do they make, or is it like a best time to do it?
Just get him going early. Let's
Like
see.
I think he's going to be involved. His receptions line's at like 5.5. His yards, you know what I mean? Like and again, I do think that it's a good point that I made earlier. No big deal. Was like he's not coming off of injuries. You know what I mean? Like there is something to be said for you haven't been, involved in stuff like that. But it's not like he broke his knees coming back. Like technically he's healthy.
Same thing. Raiders defense doesn't give him a ton. Obviously, 2025, we don't have any numbers. He only played 4 games last year total.
Yeah, I think it is a little risky. I mean, you don't know. It could be a good opportunity, but you know what? I would say that's probably a good like single play. But building a parlay, it's rolling the dice a little bit extra.
Yeah, and the Raiders give a lot of yards, but they don't give a lot of touchdowns to receivers. So I don't, as a single bet, like you just said, I think you nailed it perfectly. Single bet, I don't hate it, but um, let's see. Adunze, we're not doing that. We already have him in the single bets. Jackson Dart for a rushing touchdown. I'm going to go ahead right away and veto that. The Broncos defense is not going to let him run around like he has the last couple weeks, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Do you want to look into that one deeper?
No, no,
Or?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. So I'm going to say this right now for B. Felly, who's got the Longhorns logo out there on his thing. You can't just say Bill anytime touchdown.
Oh,
'Cause,
that's probably Jackson McCroskey Merritt.
is that who he's? Well, that's what
Yeah.
I mean. This could be anybody.
It could, but I think that's
Actually,
Bill,
how
dude.
many Bills are there in the NFL? I guess, but
And he's not even. I mean, that's yeah, that's probably who he's talking about.
I mean, we
Jacory,
need to
I'd
be
say
let's
Jackson.
be a little bit more specific when we're talking about touchdown. Like a Dunze, there's only one room of Dunze. That's fine, but Bill's a pretty
I know.
popular name. CeeDee Lamb, obviously his first game back as well.
That's not. I mean,
I actually did kind of like CeeDee's like receiving numbers coming into him and Pickens. I think could have
I
a
like
big
both.
day.
I think both. Yeah.
The problem, and we just talked about this with Rasheed Rice. The difference between these two guys is CeeDee's coming back from injury here. So although he said he's not going to be limited, Commanders only give 1 touchdown per game to wide receivers, only 2.2 per game in general. So not a great. And then head to head, he didn't get a touchdown in either of the. Well, he only played him once last year, but didn't get a touchdown there. Only had a 33% hit rate last season, and so far this year has yet to get a touchdown. Um, his target numbers are obviously going to be a little bit off because of the fact he hasn't played.
Yeah.
Red zone targets though, Pickens has 9. I kind
Yeah,
of
but
want
again,
to.
that's all those numbers are going to be
They're going to be different
so
now that
skewed.
CD's back. I do kind of want to look at Jake Ferguson though, and I think Derek did. Zach said, "Yeah, the whole Bills team to score a touchdown. That's." Oh, yeah, Beef. Sorry, Beef. Not to crap on you, man. He did say Krosky Merritt, so we will take a
Yeah.
look at that in a second. Bob said, "Okay, here it is," but Bob, what is it? What is it? But Derek did say Jake Ferguson, so that's why I wanted to look at this real quick. Okay, well, right off the bat, they're pretty good against the tight ends defensively. He has scored each of the last 3 games. Head to head, though, again, no touchdown last time they played. I don't know. I don't really love it.
There should be points in this game, right?
There should be points, but like the defensive matchups there, like don't. If anything, I think Pickens honestly would probably be my favorite play for a touchdown prop in that game, or Javonte Williams honestly would not be a bad one. All right, so Krosky Merritt, look at that one. All right, we need to find 3. We haven't found 1 yet, so we're not off to a hot start here, but we got to find 1. Yeah, start with 1, we'll get the rest. All right.
I really don't. I
Merritt.
don't mind this one because I mean we just talked about all the injuries on the.
Yeah, he's going to get work. Minus 105, so obviously the sports were telling. Oh, yeah. I mean, overall 30th versus running back 16. They do run the ball a lot, obviously. Red zone targets. I mean, he's obviously not really heavily involved. He has one, not really more of a running, obviously, not really involved in the passing game. But Chris Rodriguez kind of sniped some carries from him there in the red zone. How do you feel? I mean, I don't hate this one because, again, like we talked about, someone's got to score a touchdown for this team. What do we think about Luke McCaffrey, who has two red zone targets, despite the fact that he's like wide receiver 4?
I don't mind him.
And Dallas, like we said, they're giving up 2 touchdowns per game to wide receivers.
He's also their kick returner, right? Does that count? That probably does if you take.
Yeah, it said anytime touchdown. He scored 3 touchdowns this year already.
I don't mind it. I mean, he should get again. Like, who are they throwing to? Zach Ertz is banged up. You might.
If we look at the target, if we look at target share, so out, possibly out. You got Jalen Lane,
but then it's negligible from there. Those are only separated by a few percent. So
McCaffrey, and even if you look at the injury report if we pull that up right here, it literally he's the first receiver listed. It's rookie 4th rounder Jalen Lane and Chris Moore. Like Luke McCaffrey is the first one they name as like who's left. So for plus 262, well 260/TOO. I don't hate that, honestly. I kind of prefer that from a value standpoint over.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That sets us off.
Luke McCaffrey. So we got 1 leg, so we need 2 more. Christopher, yes, all these picks will get posted. Let's see what else we got since then. Taysom Hill. He's just way too much. Like, how much are they going to use him? Travis Kelce. We can look at that one. Although, I don't know, Kelce nowadays is not – he's such a gamble, like, in any category. Like, in games where he should go off, like, his line is consistent around 38.5 receiving yards because some games he should be able to get, like, 60, 70 yards, but he just – I don't know. He's not the same anymore. Plus 185 on Novig, plus 155 here. Raiders not giving up many tight end touchdowns this year. I know he does get a healthy amount of red zone targets. 6, right behind Hollywood Brown. So, obviously, though, with Rashee Rice coming back, we'll don't know what that looks like head-to-head. He had 1 touchdown on October 27th versus the Raiders. Did not have it the last time. A lot of red numbers here. Last year, only cashed at 21% rate. So far this year, he has 2 touchdowns. I'm going to go ahead unless you are opposed.
No, this is another one where I would say I don't mind it as a single play, but, like, there's just so many of these, like, ancillary factors that are thrown into a parlay that a parlay is already risky enough. I feel like some of these things, it's like, I don't know, I'm not sure. It's like, it might just be a single play.
E-Man said, what's the website, fellas? Are we talking about the website we're on right now or the website where the picks will be posted? The picks are going to be posted on GuyBostonSports.com, and there'll be a pinned comment down below that'll go ahead and have that. But this website is Outlier, which they're a great sponsor of our show. So if you guys we haven't heard us talk about it before, they are a really great sports betting tool, as you can see from this video.
I'll put all that in the chat too.
So many, we'll put that in the chat too. So many great tools, and we're only giving you guys a little bit. I mean, there's so much more, stuff. So, all right, let's go back. Genty, same game. Genty, anytime touchdown. Let's see.
Against the Raiders.
Ashton Genty. Well, not first or last, but just regular anytime touchdown plus slight plus money. So obviously, books think he might score. Chiefs don't give up a ton of touchdowns to running backs. So far, he's had 3 games he's cashed. He has 5 total touchdowns this year. He had 3 versus the Bears. He did have 1 last week versus Tennessee. Yeah. Obviously, the rookie, so we don't have anything else to go off of from last year. He is actually involved in a passing game a little bit, 10.4% target share. Red zone, he actually has 6 receiving targets in the red zone, which is impressive. And then red zone rush attempts, he's got 15. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's the whole team right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't want to trust Geno. The question's going to be against Kansas City's defense. What do we think of that?
So Justice Hill had 2. Cam Scatterbo had 1. Saquon had 1. Everyone else zip, including like Derrick Henry didn't have 1. ETN didn't have 1. Jahmyr Gibbs had 0. Montgomery had 0. Like, they held Sonic and Knuckles there to 0, which is impressive.
I don't mind it still. I think that, like I said, if they even get near the end zone, like, it's only Genty. Like, that's what they'll do.
The thing is that Raiders aren't going to score much today. I mean, are we that confident in the Chiefs' defense? Didn't they just give up like 30? They gave up 31 2 weeks ago to the Jaguars.
Yeah, I do like their D. I do think that they are
a solid defense, but I
I know.
mean,
I mean, yeah, I'm down with Genty. I think that even though there's a lot of like some hesitation there, I do think that one of the biggest things is volume, and as long as we can at least cross our fingers and hope that they're in the red zone a decent amount, like it's going to be him. Like if they get near the 10-yard line, he might get 3 touches. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's like
I think I like it.
let's do it.
Like you said, he is their offense at this point, and the fact that he
And
gets
Gino keeps throwing interceptions, so it's like, what are they
yeah.
gonna? It's yeah.
Well, and the thing is, like you said, and I'm impressed by like that's 15 red zone carries, and also he's second on the team in red zone like targets. Like he's getting all the work in both the passing and the rushing side of things. So that's huge. RJ said is definitely going to cash even in garbage time. I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. Like they could just keep like it's a rivalry game, Raiders Chiefs. Like the Raiders don't want to get blown out. Like they're going to keep fighting to the end of that game. I do think they have the Pete Carroll coaching advantage. I'm a little biased because obviously I have the Raiders plus 12.5 on my ticket today, so I do think they're going to hang around a little bit.
Okay.
So that's a no for Kelsey. Yeah, no, we're not going to put Travis Kelsey in there. What other ones have we seen lately? Justin Fields, anytime touchdown. Who are they playing? Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like that is they're at home too. I mean,
coming back from overseas. Obviously, he has been getting a lot of work in the running game. Let's see. My problem with Justin Fields and the Jets in general is just this team is a dumpster fire. So, anytime touchdown. I mean, quarterback numbers, you can't really go off too much of that.
I know, yeah.
You have 2.8 touchdowns per game. Carolina's defense isn't great. Their run defense, though, I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, it's pretty good. Top 10. He has so far this year cashed in 2 games. He had 2 touchdowns versus the Steelers, 1 versus the Dolphins, and then none in each of his last 2. Obviously, we don't need to look at receiving targets. Rushing attempts, he has second most carries on the team behind Breece Hall. And then red zone rushing attempts, he is tied with Braylon Allen for the lead. I think it's a little bit too risky.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think it's too risky. Let's see. We need one more. I see a couple people commenting here. Hurts with their damn tush push. I mean, yeah, they could. Let's see other ones. Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown. We can talk about that one. Rice, we already kind of talked about that. I know Ev broke down the broken 49ers, but I'm excited for Kittle to be back. How do the Falcons perform against tight ends? And I'm not talking about Tasso's tush. All right, George Kittle. All right, we'll look up George Kittle. So Jonathan Taylor and George Kittle, look up both of those. That's a crazy comment. I did do the Sunday Night Football picks video today, and I spoiler, I love the Falcons, but Kittle being back obviously is big because they are a little short. No Ricky Pearsall today. Obviously, still no Ayuk. Jawan Jennings is back, but he's banged up. Let's see, George Kittle anytime touchdown. It's pretty good value. Falcons though, fewest touchdowns to tight ends allowed this year, so it's not a great matchup. He's only played 1 game this year, and he had a touchdown. I would personally probably avoid this just because he's coming back from injury. He's only played 1 game. Yeah. They are pretty good defensive versus tight ends. Although I know they're shorthanded and they need somebody to catch touchdowns. I don't think it's going to be Kittle. Thoughts are do you want to maybe look deeper into it or?
I don't think so.
There's just not. There's really no data to back it up because he's only played 1 game and he got hurt in that game. So
I'll put it like this: would I be surprised if Kittle scores a touchdown?
No.
No. We I mean, we've talked about the injuries and all that, but like, would I expect him to also? No. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a little too dicey.
Let's see, Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown. Obviously, wow.
We don't really have a safe one on the board yet, so I mean, it's not like it's.
That's not terrible. Yeah, I mean, he is a touchdown scoring machine. He's cashed in 4 games this year. He has already totaled 8 touchdowns, which is crazy. Running backs are giving up 0.8 touchdowns per game. So defensive matchup isn't the best. But Achane had 2 total touchdowns. Krosky Mara had 2. Yeah. Dobbins had 1. So you're seeing the better running backs getting touchdowns here.
That's a good, all those, yeah.
The question really what it comes down to is, and I mean, we'll look over here. I mean, in terms of receptions, he has 22 targets, which is 4th on the team. Red zone targets, he's 5th with only 2. But obviously, rushing attempts, there's no one close. Daniel Jones is the next best. In the red zone, he's got 31 red zone carries this year, which is crazy. Right. And they should be able to move the ball a healthy amount. I mean, the Chargers do have a good defense, but
the Colts' offense has been great this year.
Yeah, and the Chargers' run defense actually hasn't been great. So Uh, the question really what it comes down to is is it worth throwing that big of a favorite in there? Like, is that worth that spot?
What's it gonna do to the? Let's see. I have just those other two in my things. So I can tell like the
Yeah, so
odds
look
prior
that
to
up and then
because
throw
you got a
in
bunch
so
of those. Let's see.
McCaffrey. We have Luke McCaffrey. We have Jonathan Taylor now, and then we
And
have what was the other
Genty.
one? Genty, yeah.
Okay, let's see what this does. I mean, it's like plus 1,000.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I don't mind that at all, if we're being honest. Plus 1,000 is
Plus
pretty good.
plus 1044 on FD.
That's pretty good. I mean, chat, what do we think? Are we good with that? Or I see like people are still put like Jordan Mason, Tucker Kraft, Drake London. Cardinals give a lot of tight ends, touch on tight ends. Oh, that's why Tucker Kraft. Yeah. I think 3 is what we're going to stick with, and I think the 3 we have is pretty damn good. I think I'm good at that. If you're good at it, I think that's
I like it.
pretty good. I mean, you have Taylor, who again he's 8 touchdowns in what 5 or 6 games. Everything else looks good. Yeah, I'm good with that. So what was the final odds?
1043.
1043. I'm good with that. $100 to win $1,000. People keep saying Jordan Mason. I'll look just this will be the last one I look up just for people out there who do want to look up Jordan Mason. I see a couple people commenting him. Vikings are playing the Eagles. Jordan Mason anytime touchdown.
I definitely don't mind that, to be fair. I mean, this has been a pretty not the best Eagles rush defense.
Eagles are giving up 1.3 touchdowns per game to running back, so that's obviously right off the bat good. Mason, 2 of his last 3 games he's cashed. Obviously, the Bengals game is where I think he finally took over as lead back because Aaron Jones got hurt. Mm-hmm. So last couple games, obviously a lot of work, and you can see here in the red zone rush share. Oh, this is red zone rush share, but he has obviously gotten a lot of carries.
He's at 100% of it in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
two carries and 1 carry. I mean, it's not.
And I do run the ball a lot. He has a few targets, a little bit in the passing game. Red zone targets, not really involved, but yeah, dominating the run share and then red zone run share. Yeah, pretty big. I mean, that's not a bad spot, honestly. The Eagles' defense hasn't been good. I still think we stick with the 3 we have. But if you guys are looking to add a 4th leg or you're looking to do another parlay, that's not a bad one, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. I think that's probably a good place to end on. Like I said, so we've got, I think, 10 total player props for straight bets, and then we also have the 3-leg parlay. And again, we went through a lot of player props in today's live stream. So a lot of different angles we looked at. So yeah, I think that's it for us. Guys, thank you for watching. Again, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment for the algorithm. Like I said, next week we will not be doing a live stream. I'll be in New Orleans unless Ev. I mean, I think you said you were busy next week too.
I might be able to move some things around. So never say never. But
never say never. So maybe Ev, maybe Trey can hop on. I know Trey. We've been trying to get him on. So maybe you and Trey could get something going. But yeah. I definitely won't be here. The best I could do if you do it, maybe I could call in from the road and kind of call in from New Orleans. But besides that, I'll definitely be back in 2 weeks. But yeah, make sure to check out all of our content. We have so much stuff going on. I had I think 7 college football videos this week that we had. So
yeah,
and the NBA starts this week. Like we're rolling. So make sure to subscribe. And yeah, any last words, Ev?
I don't think so. Everyone, good luck today. Obviously. We're kind of like middle of the season, which is crazy. I mean, not middle, but pretty damn close to the middle. It's crazy how fast it goes. I hope everyone has the best of luck on their plays. A lot of good plays in the chat, and let's do some damage.
Yeah, and good luck in Cleveland, Ohio, where it's either raining crazily or not raining at all. So we'll see. Yeah. Gino might throw 4 picks today. He might throw 6 picks today. Who knows? But all right, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, hope you're all winners. Have a good one, guys.